These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Been on my truck, look like Brett.
What's up, y'all? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome to another episode of Late Night Snack. I got my Bookie with me. Hey, Bookie.
Hey, how y'all doing this afternoon, child? After we are in the unemployment office. Girl. Somebody asked me, said, do y'all get unemployment? I said, oh, girl, this is girl, they gonna laugh at us.
Listen, before we
no
get into all of that, y'all, please make sure that y'all are following Justin on Justin, tell the people what your platforms is and everything. I'm gonna tell the people because I know we're both showcasing this on our channels.
Period. You can find me on Twitter, the King of Reads. King of Reads everywhere, child. My YouTube channel is King of Reads. So I'm so thankful to be here with the fabulous Jessie Woo. And Jessie Woo, where can we find? Because you all over, child.
Well, you can find me at The Jessie Woo on every platform. Okay, so you can find me at The Jessie Woo here on YouTube, The Jessie Woo on Instagram, TikTok. I thought they was getting rid of TikTok.
Girl, she be on and off, child. She don't know what she want to do. She banned, and then she not banned.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. So,
well, I guess dance and make her dance. We here. Okay. We here. So follow me on there. Also, y'all. For those of you guys who are going to Ghana with me, you can go to Ghana with me. Actually, let me just show it right now because, child, hold on. Woo, Lord.
Child, yeah, I'm gonna go to Ghana. I need to go to Ghana too. When is y'all going?
Listen, we're going to Ghana for December, so I want to show everybody the site just real quick because people be acting like they don't know what the hell going on. So hold on. What the hell going on? Is my site not working? Not my site not connected.
Not your line suspended. Kenya was trying to suspend both.
Not my line. Hold on, not my line suspended. Hold on. Let me go ahead and so everybody can see, child. We is going to Ghana for December. Okay, here is the site. Hold on. Am I showing it? Child, I ain't even showing it, child. Hold on. Child, Lord, hold on. My Lord, technical difficulty. But here it is. This is the site. This is Woocation Ghana. Woocation in Ghana.sortachalet.com. And you can see Jessie Woo December right here. If you've watched my Ghana vlogs before, you know it's pretty lit. December is like, honestly, it is the premier time to go to Ghana. Like, it is a premier time, and y'all have seen my vlogs about it. We're gonna have the same time I had. I'm not one of those people who's gonna take y'all to another country and y'all be like, oh, that's not what you was doing when you was in Ghana. No, we are going to go and have the same type of time that I was on. So the link for it is in my description box if you want to join me, and I will see y'all in Ghana. Also, make sure that y'all like the live, like this live. This is my first time going live with Justin. Show us some love. Show your love. Show your love for the King of Reads.
We went live before for what's the name? But this is the first time we live just together.
Oh, okay. Well, show your love for King of Reads and Jessie Woo. Please, just like the live at least one time. That's all we ask. Like the live. Damn, don't have us begging, please. Don't have us. I hate begging for a like. My God, just like the video, please. All right. Without further ado, y'all know why we are all here. There is a lot to discuss. So we just gonna jump right on in. Not out, but in. We're gonna jump right on in. So Justin, usually you will have your notes. Did you make notes for last night?
I actually did not make any notes.
I'm shocked.
I'm actually, because you know what? I watch it for enjoyment and I tweet about it.
Okay.
And then I watch it again before I review it. So,
okay.
But, excuse me. Last night was memorable. Like, it was memorable. I remember what took place. So, child, we can get into it.
So, do you want to even touch on the other ladies before? I feel maybe we should just touch a little bit on the other ladies. I think honestly, there's really nothing much to talk about other than Angela. Really,
yeah.
Angela and Charles, your dinner's ready.
Baby, Angela told Mr. Oakley, like, Portia said she got some tea on you.
Yep.
And he was like, was she the feds? They already said Portia was calling the feds on Simon, so we don't know. You might got a red phone to the White House or something. We don't know.
Charles was like, is my paper straight? They gonna put me in an ICE prison? What's going on? Why is she talking about it? But is it me, or I'm kind of disappointed that Angela didn't address that? Like,
Yeah.
Why didn't you address it?
Yeah. She should have asked, like, girl, what's the tea? Unless it was just like a rap. But I feel like, girl, what do you mean by that? Because it came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, and Portia was like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I felt like, I'm sorry, like I would have had to clear the room. Like I know a lot of people be saying, "Oh, don't ever fight over a man." I'm gonna fight over mine.
Said, not me, not this one, not that one.
Baby, if I'm ever at a dinner table and somebody tells me, "Oh, I got some tea on Jay," what the fuck is it? Spill the fucking tea. Here's my mug. Spill it. Here's my straw. Let me sip it. Spill the motherfucking tea. If not, I'm going to have to clear the fucking room with you, point blank, period.
Yeah.
Because we all know what that is. And it's like, I just felt like, I wonder if Angela didn't address Portia. I don't want to think it's a thing where she was scared of it. Maybe she knows that she got some skeletons in the closet when it comes to Charles. Your dinner's ready.
And I wonder, was it kind of like a fourth wall situation where production told her to probably expand on that a little bit, like bring it up? Because they probably, I don't know, because it was very weird. I'm not gonna say it came off forced, but it came off like we could have talked about that, but it was so much that already happened, so it's just like one story at a time. So it's kind of like peace, like we're gonna get to that later. I'm thinking that's what maybe happened, because she actually, she damn sure talked to Charles right after that night.
Yeah.
But now we have the film talking about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just interesting how production and stuff works with these things, because they make it like it's the next day, but like, no, girl.
No, she went home that night. She took off her red bottoms that night when she left Bank K, and she was like, "So Portia said, what the fuck is going on? What is this? What tea is it?" But also, I do feel like Angela, she's a great addition, because there's so, like, she has a messy life. Like, those kids ain't, all them kids ain't yours. Charles definitely stepped out on you. And when she tried to come for that one TikToker that put that family tree together, she's like, "Oh yeah, y'all, the tea's wrong." No, because then we have old videos of Wendy Williams clearing you too, saying that you told her that he stepped out on you. So clearly there's some tea there. And then your daughter got married, didn't tell you for 4 months.
Let's get to it. Angela, like, she's good. I'm rooting for Angela
Me too.
Jackson Oakley. Like, I'm rooting for her 100%. I like how she handled the banter with Shamia. Okay,
no.
Like the way she handled Shamia. She didn't went from Shamina to Shamia. She says, like, she elongates her name.
Yeah,
but that's how you do it. Britt, take notes. Like, this is how you do it. Words, like, y'all go back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, she made a joke about her nose. She said, "Okay, girl, let's talk about the nose. You want to talk about the nose? Let's talk about yours or Portia." Like, that's how you do it.
Can we get your nose out of Portia's ass?
Yes. You say stuff like, y'all, you looking sideways.
Yeah.
But y'all still able to do stuff. You ain't pulling out whips and chains and pistols. Oh my. Like, what's going on? So I like Angela. But Angela, the way she described the family dynamic when she talked about, well, we have this and we have this, it led folks to start like, girl, why did she say that? Because the Wendy Williams tea didn't come out to afterwards. Wendy Williams' old clip didn't surface to afterwards. So the way she spoke on it, because you know what it's giving.
Yeah.
Like, you can say these all our kids, but you were very specific because you have some animosity towards that situation, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But girl, you the way you told it woke everybody up.
Yeah, it woke everybody up. I like how you said the whole, like, remember in our members, we were saying how Angela, to me, I feel like she could have hung out with the Nenes because, like we were both saying, like she's quick, she's witty, you know, the whole Shamina. Now she rehearsed that, but still, it still hit.
Yeah.
It still hit. And you had Shamia who came back and was like, get away from me with your 99 nose. And then she came back, she was like, get your nose out of Portia's ass. And then you had Shamia who was like, can we get some glue to fix her LaToya Jackson nose? And then you had Portia come in, he.
That's what we miss. That's what we miss. This is like basketball wives have their way of doing things, and housewives have it. Like it's a banter back and forth. Like it's very specific. That's why housewives had such a impact on the culture for years, and we missed it. We haven't had a moment that we can reference over and over again. Like this was that. Like the fact that Shamina, like she ate Portia up. Like, girl, I ain't got to bring up how you stole Simon and all. Like, I ain't got to do nothing. Like, I ain't got to talk about your finances because finances are off limits.
Yes. Kelly, a lot of people didn't like Kelly when she came in. I always was team Kelly, and I love Portia down. But I feel like Kelly came in. Kelly was like, why did you take that lady husband?
She came in quick.
And Portia was like, what? Like, this is how you talk to somebody you just met? And she was like, well, you spoke on me. Portia like, spoke on you. You're a perfect stranger. Eat.
Yeah. Because it kind of, Kelly, like she came in strong, she was ready, but also she cooled down when it was necessary. She didn't start like, like the moment Kenya made that comment about, okay, this is your second ring, like Britt made that comment about everybody being divorced, and Kenya responded quick. And she said, is this your second ring? Oh, no, that's it. It's just, you was just going off. Like, girl, calm down. Just read. You're not supposed to be, you're supposed to just let it flow.
Be calm.
Yes. Because the moment you start shaking, like, you can do that on Basketball Wives.
Yep.
Ocho Cinco wanted me, like, and it stopped you in your face, and it's like, huh? Like, that type of Basketball Wives has that. And I feel like just Britt and how she was handled, it's just, it's not. We're going to get to it.
Yeah, we're going to get to it.
Hey, fresh strawberries.
One thing in this episode, we had Portia and Britt meet up, right? And talking about the ring, because you just reminded me of this. Portia, she touched on the whole ring moment. And Portia said, because she wasn't there for that moment, but she said that everybody said Kenya wasn't shading her about the ring. But that's not true, because when I look back at that episode, Kelly in her confessional said, let's not talk about rings. Like, she was basically like, yeah, like Kenya was definitely shading her about the rings. Let's not talk about rings. You don't have one. Right. So I guess, you know, some people might feel like she didn't shade her about the ring. Some people might feel she didn't. I feel like, I've said this before, I'll say it again. For me, I feel like Britt totally missed when Kenya called her a hoe. She said, she asked Britt, what do you do? Britt was like, you know, I'm an insurance broker. And Kenya was like, I heard you're more than a good neighbor. She called that lady a hoe. And everybody just missed that. Like, what the fuck?
She said, instead of State Farm being on your side, she said, I got some coochie that'll be on your side. to be a side. Like, I'll be a little collard green.
Right. I was like,
some mac and cheese.
I was like, I wouldn't care about the ring shit. I would care about that. Like, she could, but at the same time, too, it's Kenya, she gonna shade you. She's gonna be funny. She's gonna be witty. You have to be able to have comebacks. Yes. If you don't have a comeback, let it flow. Get your Toni Braxton on. Let it flow.
And she didn't let it flow, child.
And she didn't let it flow.
She was upset. It's like, girl, you've already won. You are married. Like, you are married. Kenya's going through her divorce for 5 years now. I mean, girl, what is it? Like, you could just say, I was like, well, girl, catch up. I have a man, you don't. Like, girl,
ring on my arm, no ring on your arm.
Okay, brother on my arm, no brother on yours. Like, she could have did that, but Britt, I feel like Britt is sadly insecure with these folks on this show. I feel like she's insecure with her position, and that's why she's jumping so quick. Kenya to accept her so much. Like she needs it like her next breath. She wants Kenya to acknowledge her. And I think like there's a little bit of Britt being a fan more than anything. Like she probably wants to be next to Kenya more and have that relationship. But Kenya's like, no. And we talked about this in Strictly for the Members.
Strictly for the members.
Strictly for the members. That Kenya doesn't like, girl, you need something from her. Oh, girl, does that sound like something you want? Well, let me tell you something. You're never going to get it. You're not going to get it from Kenya. You're too desperate.
No.
You're too desperate.
I think Britt's second mistake too was, I've said this in Strictly for the Members, I think following Kenya around that house looking for a hug. I feel like the moment she did that, and she's like, Kenya, you didn't hug me. You hugged all the girls. I feel like, girl, it's like you went in the ocean, cut your arm up and was like, so the sharks to just come eat you. Like you just don't do that. You just don't do that. She paid you dust. You pay her dustier. You keep it moving. You don't do that. But again, I think it's a testament to what you said, which was, I do think that there was a little bit of acceptance that she was looking for, which then we can go just to the bank. We could like touch on the bank too, which was like, okay, Kenya's coming in. She
turquoise on. What was it? I didn't see that. Kenya.
I don't own anything black. Girl.
You better do like Sheree be doing. Go to Phipps or whatever, buy some stuff and then return it. That's what they like, buy you some stuff and return it. Child, you on Housewives.
Okay. Like, you're on Housewives, please. Listen. Okay. But she comes in, she hugs Britt. Britt is what's up with the tap? No, sister. No, sister.
She's not a good fit.
I don't even care if Kenya came in and literally just did this to you. You just have to pay it dust. Yeah. You have to pay it dust. If you don't pay it dust, you are literally bleeding blood and waiting for a shark to come eat you. Absolutely not. So then you have the weird exchange, right? Which we learned in this episode that it was Angela's question, which I thought, what'd you think about that?
Angela asking the question, like, even when they talked about it, Angela seemed as though watching that part, Angela is just, hey, this is something that this girl needs, and I'm gonna bring it up. Like, I don't feel like Angela was being messy. I don't think she even choosing a side. I think she's just like, hey, Britt. I feel like Britt and Angela probably had a conversation offline.
They did on
that she's really bothered by that. She wants to fit in. She's emotional about it. She's trying to pretend like she's not, but she really needs this, and she's desperate to be on the show. No shade.
You feel like she's desperate to be on the show?
I feel like a lot of them are desperate to be on the show, to be honest. It gives that. Like, she needs this. They want this just check at the end of the season. They want to pay down some debt, girl. I don't blame you. Girl, the terror.
I don't think it gives. Maybe I shouldn't disagree, but I do know of numerous women in Atlanta who are desperate to be on that show. Like, who are definitely, they do everything they can. They're at every filming event. We're going to talk about one of them. They're at every event that's being filmed. So I don't want to outright disagree with that. But I don't think Britt to me gives desperate to be on the show. I feel Britt really misread Kenya. And in her mind, it's like what Portia said. In her mind, she thought Kenya was like, had it out for her. And it just really wasn't given that. She might be shady to you. She might be indifferent to you. But Kenya really wasn't coming in as the Kenya that we've seen in previous seasons. No. I think Kenya came into this season, took one look at all these newbies and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is what it is.
Yeah.
All y'all got. I think also Kenya, there's some stuff that's going on. I know we talking about like behind the scenes stuff, but Bravo's not spending the money like they're used to anymore. And you can tell this with the last season of Real Housewives of Potomac. Like,
Yeah.
Y'all girls don't want to film together? Okay. Like, we're gonna let
Cool.
some of y'all go.
Yeah.
We gonna cut it because they don't have that much coin. They're not bringing in that much revenue behind these shows anymore. Like, TV is changing. And it's like you get with it or you don't. And I feel like Kenya probably noticed, like, hey, let me make this work. I can't come in with that same like strange energy. Even with Portia, like, we got to make good TV. And I feel like Kenya got that note. But I think that situation just brought her back, and it was way too much. But I do feel like there's a lot of folks who desperate, and you can kind of see it. It just oozes out.
Yeah.
But I want to believe that we're going to see another side of Britt, but I feel like this might be, even her response last night on social media to it was like, I'm still here. I get that, but I love Kenya's reaction. Even though Kenya was wrong, I loved her reaction on social media, and we'll get to that. But just even afterwards, like, Kenya was like, hey, I appreciate all of y'all, because she can kind of see where it's going. I think she's kind of working her way to possibly be able to come back, and she's doing a good job. And I don't feel like Britt is reading the room. She's not reading the room.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. So let's talk about Miss Pistols, because I want to go back, because to talk about this episode, we have to go back to Miss Pistols. So Kenya and Britt and Kenya. And Angela writes that question: Kenya, are you able to be nice or speak nicely with Britt like you do all the other women, or whatever? I can't remember the actual question. But Kenya's like, yes, I can be. I'm nice to everyone. And you have Britt that's like, no, the question was for me. And already, like, you're just coming in so hot. I get it. Kenya is being dismissive to you. But Kenya don't owe you nothing. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all are not friends. You just got here. And to be honest, as I'm looking at it again, I truly feel Kenya came into this season and I'm not saying she's right or wrong for that, but you have to consider Kenya's experience on the show, the moments Kenya has had on the show, the co-workers that she's had. And now she's coming in here, and you got also Portia coming back. She ain't Portia Guabadia. She's back to Portia Williams. It's just like, it's not giving.
Yeah.
It's not giving. And I think that Kenya also was quite irritated.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's kind of like she's got to uphold these people's stories too. She got to share screen time with people who just got here. You have Drew, who, and I love Drew, but her storyline not giving. It's just not giving. And you got Kenya, who got to share time with these people. I'd be irritated too.
I would be. I feel like Kenya is also kind of was feeling a certain type of way because she's been on the last couple of seasons. Portia hasn't. And now Portia's coming in and kind of, Kenya want to be center. After Candy's being gone.
Andy left.
Yeah. Kenya, like, this is my time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, girl, no. Portia is coming. You can be second. You'll be sitting on the opposite side of the couch.
Yep. Literally.
You'll be sitting on, but Portia is the lead. And I think she felt some way about that too. Because if you remember when she was doing her press tour last year, she said she feels as though Bravo doesn't really like treat her right. She didn't like the fact that they didn't show a lot of the episodes about her store. She talked to Carlos King about that.
Yep.
So yeah, it was just a lot, and coming and just seeing these new girls, and it was just bubbling. Like, it was just bubbling and this was her blowout. Like, this was her blowout.
Yeah.
It
just sucks. It sucks. And we're going to talk more about her too. But you have this, back and forth moment, and, Britt is on 10, and Kenya's like, all right, you want your moment, have your moment. And she's like, no, you're looking for a moment. And she's like, I am a moment. I don't know what Britt said. And then you had Kenya, peasants can't come for a queen. She stuttered, but she still got it through now. She
And
stuttered
I would say, girl, you don't even believe that peasant shit. You barely was able to get it out. Like,
because she
you think
doesn't
you could ate her
care.
right up, you can't even get it out. So clearly you don't believe that. We're both sitting here together. Like,
But
that's how you have to talk. Like, Britt. And I don't know, maybe she's not getting enough oxygen because she do sound very nasally. So maybe it's just she's not able to be quick with it. But girl, when you put in your application for this, you have to be able to read. Like, y'all done stole all our lingo.
yeah,
You should be able to at least do that.
because
And
even
you can't do it.
even she was like, I didn't send for her, and Kenya was like, thanks for using my line. It's just, oh Lord.
You miss pistols. And I miss like Kenya just every moment just eating her up, and Britt just like I understand, sounding like Bugs Bunny. Like, girl, get it together. It's bothering me. It's getting on my nerves. Like, girl, Britt, sister. And there's so much you've won. You got the beautiful, home. You got mama living in the basement. You got State Farm on your side. You got the man. Do you got the man?
Do you?
Do you?
Do it? Do it? So Britt starts going off. Oh, she get the fuck out of here. This bitch, that. And so they're leaving. Mind you, Kenya's very calm. Kenya is calm. Kenya's carrying her little gift. She talking to Portia. She's like, yeah, this girl's doing too much. They leaving.
Drew, come here.
Yeah, Drew, come here. Mind you, Britt is right there. Now, here's the thing. I want to go back to that moment because we have to talk about it to get to this episode. And I feel like this. If I'm in an exchange with somebody, or I just finished having a heated exchange with somebody, and I hear them say, that's why I got whips and pistols, or because you can even hear Britt as Kenya is saying whatever to Drew. Britt is saying, oh, hold on, let me turn around. I don't feel safe. Let me turn around and look at my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
I got pistols. I got whips. I feel like that is a threat.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
Come on, Lawyer Wu.
Just because I feel like it's a threat doesn't mean it's a threat. And I'm explaining why. Because I've watched that scene numerous times. And there's not a moment where Britt looks at Kenya or says, I got a pistol for this bitch. I'ma shoot this. Like, she never says that. She says, I got whips, I got pistol. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you again for the people who have kindergarten level hearing comprehension, because I know they're gonna be in the comments. I feel like that's a threat. I do. I do. I feel that is a threat. Just because I feel that doesn't mean it is. I feel it is.
Yes.
I've had people say slick shit like that on the side. Like, I feel like all of us have been there before. We hear somebody saying some slick shit on the side, but I'm also the type of person who's gonna go off to the side and ask you, what the fuck did you just say? That's me. Everybody's not like me. I've had people say slick shit on the side. I've had people directly threaten me and say, oh, I'm gonna beat your out. I'm gonna do whatever. Okay, cool. Let's run it up. That's my thought on that. I teeter on I do feel it's a threat.
Yeah,
I do.
I feel like you prove it though, because I think there's levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a threat? Doesn't mean that it would be followed up with what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is like, yeah, girl, I smacked you. Like,
right.
That are they moving towards? Those things matter.
Yeah.
You just made the comment. Like, if we want to get into this, like, legally, it really doesn't hit the same. It does not hit the same thing. And I understand folks like Kenya. I get that. But y'all got to take y'all bias out of it, because we say stuff like that. But is it followed up by something? Yes, you have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. Like, can you prove that she was actually doing like about to do it? Because you're getting into corporate stuff. Like
you're at the workplace.
Yeah,
too.
you're at a workplace. This is not us, me calling the police, filing. Because even if I call the police and say you said that, the police gonna be like, okay, we're gonna document it. But
Right.
child, unless it has to be followed up with some type of intent, and it's just not there. It's just not there. We got to be honest about that.
But that sucks too, because there are instances where, you know, like for instance, like in DV, hey, my man said he's gonna do and the police would be like, they'll document it. Well, there was like at the time, what was happening at the time? Was there an imminent threat at the time? And it's like, well, no, but I still feel threatened. Okay, we're gonna document that. Next week, she dies.
Yeah. And it needs to be things like a plan put in action. Like we need to separate y'all. Do you have somewhere safe to go to get away from this person?
Right.
Like that type of situation. And I feel like that it's a different thing, but it's still follow up with that. Like you have to show us there has to be something beyond just that, because people saying things, it's up into interpretation. And I don't think she was serious.
I don't think she was serious. I am gonna say too, Kenya doesn't know her.
Yeah,
I'll say that. Kenya don't know her. And so I think Kenya has the right to feel the way that she feels. But I do feel something that we all can agree with is at the end of the day, you bringing up guns, you bringing up pistols, like, okay, now we have a serious problem. Like we do. Whether Kenya feels threatened really or not, I know for me, we have a serious problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I didn't say nothing to you that, like we saw Kenya say in this episode, I ain't say nothing to you that warrants you saying that. And then I'm still not saying anything to you. And you're still, let me get Mike. Let me get Mike. And then Mike comes. Yeah, that's why I got pistols. That's why I got pistols. It's like, okay, sister.
Yeah. And Mike is trying to calm her down.
Right.
It would be different if Mike was talking mess too.
Yeah.
Then it would have been like serious. It didn't have been very serious. If Mike was pointing her, but he was trying to calm her down.
And even Kelly, or is it Kelly or Keely?
Yeah, I think it's Kelly. I want to say it's Kelly.
Okay. Even Kelly's like, okay, girl. Okay, you know, hold on. We don't need all that. We have like Kelly even mentioned we have what was her security guard? I can't remember the security guard name, but basically Kelly is trying to tone you down too.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to de-escalate you. So again, I just feel that while it could be argued whether or not it's an actual threat, I do feel that bringing that up, saying that, and we're at the workplace, that needs to be
chop. Complete. Now when we get into that, because there's two different things I want folks to understand. That you can feel that, like, could Kenya have taken it to court, something like that? Maybe, but I don't think it's
well here and that's what I want to get to too. That's what I want to get to too, because a lot of people and even Kenya went on the Tamron Hall show and she said she felt threatened. She felt that her daughter's life was threatened. Like she's crying on the Tamron Hall show about how this was impacting even her daughter. Okay. And it's like, sister, your daughter wasn't there. It wasn't given that, you know what I mean? But I don't discount her feelings. However, this is the same Kenya who did this. And I want to bring this up because
that's great. Let's talk about it, because things like this have happened in the past. Comments have been made. Like, this is the danger side of like shade and all that, because we don't know if y'all are serious or not.
What are you talking about?
Well, like, there was a situation where she said smacking Phaedra teeth or something on her teeth will be on the floor. Yes, there's been things that have happened in Bravo's history where it's like the comments were made.
Talking about getting her Uzi. Was it her Uzi or?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember what she called her, pum pum pum, but she definitely mentioned she went to her purse, mentioned having that for Phaedra, and I saw people saying, "Oh, it's not the same thing." Okay.
Yeah, and Phaedra had a scene on Housewives where she had a taser next to her at the reunion.
Okay.
You bringing props now?
Right. Hold on. Somebody just put it in the chat. She actually showed. Yes, she did. She did show a pew 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 on the gun on the show before. I wanted to bring this up though.
She did. She
because,
did. With Brandon. She did in the closet.
Yes,
I remember that.
Yes, because I wanted to bring this up because this is. I'm sorry, Portia. You know I lay you down, but I'm bringing this back up because this was after her interaction. This was way after her interaction with Portia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the whole interaction on the reunion or whatever, she had Portia arrested.
Period.
So for me, I feel like why not do the same for Britt Eady?
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you truly
Believe.
felt threatened, it's all on camera. The girl is saying what she said. It don't matter what I feel. It don't matter what King of Reeds feel. It don't matter what none of y'all in the chat feels. Kenya knows. This is Kenya Moore. She knows how to get shit done when she feels threatened. So I kind of question the threat of it all. Yeah. I honestly feel, and again, I'm not trying to discount Kenya's feelings, but I honestly feel, and this is based off of the conversation that was in the car when they were leaving. Kenya said, please do something to me so you can get fired. She wanted Britt fired.
She said that same thing. She said, get fired. Right before Portia pulled her down, she said, get fired. Get fired. You're going to lose your job. Like, she said that. She knew exactly what she was doing. Like, she wanted her to do something. So, and I want to say this. Just because you do not call the police or whatever doesn't mean it's not serious. Like, you don't always have to. But the way Kenya's moving, we need to get our documents. We need to get our things in order to be able to file some type of something. Now, the thing about that is it gets dangerous when you start filing reports and stuff because you can't film. You can't film with the other folks. And I know, I don't know the contract over there at Bravo, but I know when it came to Love and Hip Hop, you call, they less likely to have you filming with. There might be a chop for you if you call and make.
Oh, Bravo's way stricter.
I can imagine. So it's like Bravo's when you get legal involved, you're making it difficult. It's like, okay, girl, you're getting legal involved. We're gonna have to let you go.
For me, I don't know why Kenya didn't call the police. I'd have called the police.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have called the police. No, she just said that she was gonna do this to me. Like, I don't care, because here's the thing. As somebody who has been threatened on the job before, you know my story. Not only did I documented everything. Like, I got a lawyer. Like, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you, and I'm not playing with this institution. Period. I'm going to call the police. You're going to have to fork up those recordings that she said on camera. We're going to handle this legally immediately. It's either that or I'm going to go grab my pew 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 now.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 pistols now.
Yeah.
So for me, I just question why she didn't call the police.
Because I don't think she.
It's just.
She knew she was going to get her back in her own way.
She wanted to get her back in her own way. She wanted her to get fired. Now, I do see a lot of people saying Britt should have been fired. And I'm going to ask the chat too. Do y'all think that Britt should have been fired? Do you think she should have been fired? I see a lot of people online saying that.
So I think she should have been suspended pending investigation.
Me too.
Suspended pending investigation.
Me too.
Yeah, I definitely think there should have been some reprimand. And I feel like Bravo made a call because Britt went from all the way here to, I never meant that. I believe that there was a conversation. Bravo said, hey, like this is getting a little serious now. We need to, and this is a new season. We spent a lot of money for this season.
Yeah.
We're going to get our coin back.
Yeah.
We're going to get our money back. So I'm sure they made a call to her, say, hey, girl, you was doing the most last night. Like, I'm pretty sure Kenya made a call and said something. And there was the move of, we got to get this on film. They're not trying to, production is not trying to protect Kenya. Like, they're not taking that. Still we need what's best for the show. That's the sad part about it. Like, we need to have her apologize to that. And I just wished Kenya would have waited as we get into that.
Yeah, same too. So let's talk about the aftermath. So you have Kenya, Portia, and Kelly. They're in her salon, right? And I want to play this. Because I'm just like, bro.
Because now that I think about it, they suspended Nene for pulling on the on the camera crew.
Yeah. She should have at least been suspended. Like here's the thing. And again, I'm not here to dictate how Kenya should feel, right? But also I as a viewer who has been a fan of the show, I've seen how other instances have been handled, and I'm just like, okay. It just seems as though this instance was handled the way it was because, to be honest, and please don't sue me for defamation, Britt. I think Britt was on some bath salts. I think Britt was on something. I don't think Britt was in her right mind because there just was like, it made no sense.
She was strictly on one thing. Like she was just, and the way her husband was trying to reel her back in, like it was just, I don't know, like he had seen the side of her. It reminds me of when Karen in the DUI situation.
Oh my God.
You already know, the husband already know how she is. There's a lot going on. He's like, hey, you was just trying to, you had a couple of drinks, like trying to clean up the situation. He trying to clean up the situation because he used to it.
Yeah.
He ain't used to her going like that.
Yeah.
It didn't give alcohol. I be trying to folks, as someone who takes Adderall, well, I get a prescription for the stuff I take. But there is some stuff out here that will have you zoned out.
Yeah.
Like it will have you zoned out, and you have to be very, very careful. That's why I don't do edibles. Because baby, edibles, she did me in. I said, oh girl, no man, I was about to go to emergency room. No. So the way Britt was acting, not.
And let me say allegedly. Hold on, allegedly. All allegedly.
Well, girl, I ain't got no money. I'm gonna take it. Let me. I'm the friend that if I come in with Jessie for a ball main situation, I'm gonna tell you, oh girl, I'm just here for, like, I'm not the star. Like
I'm here for the free food, drinks.
I give you $50 towards the donation or whatever, but girl, I ain't got nothing for y'all. I'm gonna tell you I ain't got it. Girl, the tariffs. The tariffs been on me, child. The tariffs came before the main tariff. So I ain't got it. So I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna be faking it till you're making it, child. I'll show it to you again with some khakis and a button up.
Period. I ain't got it for you. But I honestly think my sister was on some bath salts or something. And I think everybody was just like, okay, listen, apologize, make things right, walk this back, reel it in so that we can move forward. She ain't got to accept your apology.
She wasn't.
But let's walk this shit back. Speaking of walking this shit back, I wanted to play this scene because for me, I watched this scene and I just was like, sister, hold on.
This is giving crazy, but I'm not even playing right now.
No.
Because it is. What I'm not going to do is the bullshit and the lies and the gaslighting and all of that stuff. I have too much to lose.
Girl.
I have too much to lose.
Show didn't act like it.
I have too much to lose.
Show didn't act like it, child.
We could really just end it there.
Mm-hmm.
We could really just end it there. In the episode before that, what was Kenya saying to Kelly in her salon? What was she saying in her salon?
What was Kenya telling to Kelly in the salon?
Yes.
I don't
remember. Remember when Kelly came to her salon? Hold on, somebody send. Thank you so much. Real Housewives of Atlanta without Kenya.
Beautiful, period.
She's gorgeous. You gorgeous, Sin. Real Housewives of Atlanta will definitely affect the ratings. Without Kenya, it's not smart on Bravo's part. You can tell the show had nothing else, which is why they felt they had to bring Phaedra, but she will bring nothing. What do you say to that?
Can you bring the comment back up so I can make sure?
Hold on.
I want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing beautiful picture. I think Bravo definitely weighed its options because they're business at the end of the day. And they're like, child, it's worth it for them. I don't think the ratings will be that affected. I feel like maybe had this been the beginning, probably the first episode, maybe. But Bravo's looking at, we already are not showing her. We don't have her in the promotion material. And we're doing decent. I don't want to say they're doing amazing, but the ratings have been declining since Kenya was on there. The ratings were declining when Nene was on there. We have to understand, like, the ratings have been, the ratings, I don't think one person makes a difference, to be honest. I don't think one.
I agree.
I just think these folks do this. They went to school for this. They know how to make this stuff work because they've already made me come back and watch the first 5 episodes. And Nene is going. All my folks is going. Yeah. Like all the people I miss, I'm watching it. So they're doing the right. They are appreciating this mess. Yeah. That's why they let Kenya go. They're like, girl, we gonna. Baby, Bravo has so many ads running this episode. It was an ad every 2 minutes. I thought I was watching a live stream on YouTube. Yep. Baby. No, literally. They had an ad they kept building up. So I don't think there's going to be a sharp decline. I think Bravo weighed the options out, looked at, because they pay attention to social media. The fans are pissed off. You're going to see some folk, but I don't think it's going to make an overall difference. And it's not going to make enough difference for Bravo to be like, no, because there's legal stuff involved in this too. Yeah, we're going to get to that. Child. We're going to get to that. But going back to this moment of Kenya in her salon, talking about how she has so much to lose. And then in the episode before, you had Kenya with Kelly saying that she's $400,000 in the hole. Let me ask y'all something, because I'm seeing everybody, oh yeah, if I was Kenya, I would do the same thing. You know, you go low, I go to hell. Say I in the chat right now if you have $400,000 in your bank, just right now. Say I. Miss Jackson? Miss Jackson? Because let me be honest. When we say 400,000 in the bank, it also means like, because Kenya Moore, she's straight. She definitely got more coin than me. Yeah. Yeah. But she needs to show too. She needs to show. And let me tell you something. The way Kenya was in, I ain't never seen Kenya show no emotion when it comes to no. I'm seeing people say mortgage. Hold on. I'm seeing people say, I have a $400,000 mortgage. That's what and they want their money now. Now. And it's like, which is why I'm on this live stream with Jessie. Somebody said, right, listen, you can tell we ain't got it. Listen, and them asses running. You can tell we ain't got it. I'm here to tell you, I ain't got it. Okay. And I'm not willing. And I'm here to tell you, Miss Frey right here, she said A-E. She ain't even got the vowel. She ain't even got it. Listen. And this is something serious. Like Kenya is too grown to be getting caught up in something like this. Come on. You just said this in this episode. When she made that joke about her daughter's college fund, I don't think she completely depleted it, but I think this hair salon being successful is going to help her daughter. She's already mentioned this. Of course. So to go to hell for what? What does that prove at the end of the day? Y'all can call police folks and all that, like, oh, y'all soft. Yes, ma'am. When it comes to me surviving and being straight, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. To a certain degree. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me, but I have to think out. Like, I've had one situation when somebody tried me at a club because I had clocked them for saying something stupid. This is the first time I ever dealt with something like this. Yeah. But they were upset about it. And I can tell they were just, they didn't do anything about it until they didn't come to me until they were like, they saw me by myself. And I thought in this moment, if I rock it, this is somebody who's like 7, 8 years younger than me. How's it going to look for my brand? Me getting to fighting at a club and my video of me getting toe up.
Yeah.
Or me like or something,
Yeah.
any type of getting. What does that look like for me? Because girl, I be having let me analyze and see how is this worth it for me?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let you ruin my moment because girl, I want to be straight.
Hold on. Somebody said they have concepts of $400,000.
That for a business.
Yeah.
For a business because Kenya needs this because Bravo ain't giving her the money that she used to getting. So they have to use this platform to push their stuff, and this is a big push. Kenya more than likely borrowed some of this money, but some of it's cash too. But she had to invest. The fact that this store has not been open means that Kenya does not have the capital for it to even have people there in case somebody walks in. And that's no shade. It's doing this is very, very expensive.
Hold on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk and listen. We're having a real conversation, y'all. We're having a real y'all don't mind if we have a real conversation. I'm sorry we taking up too much of y'all time. We're gonna get to the who is this hoe. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to who is this hoe. We're gonna get there.
But I want to make sure we're making the right financial decisions, even if it's $400,000 or $400. Because going to jail, somebody got to bond you out, you missing work for 2 weeks. Is it gonna be worth it? We got to think smart, child. We ain't 20 no more. What was it? Some 20, but it's even then. Is it worth it? You have
if you 20, log out. This ain't for you. If you 21 and up, this is for you. This live is for motherfuckers who got bills to pay. This live is for motherfuckers who rent due, mortgage due, car note due. This is for the do. Okay.
Who don't pay who phone bill is like not getting paid every month. They ask for an extension. Do a payment arrangement for Georgia Power like myself. I showed girl, y'all gonna have to wait. Matter of fact, it was a 6. Let me make sure to remember.
Baby, I spent 3 months didn't pay, but I'm a little irresponsible for that. My man was like, "Girl, when are you gonna pay?"
I don't want to. I don't want to.
$300? No, no.
And y'all like screwing us over too.
Yeah. So here's my thing. You're $400,000 in the hole, right? Let me ask y'all a question. We've seen Kenya's salon 3 times so far this season. Have y'all seen a worker? Have y'all seen anybody getting their hair washed? Have y'all seen anybody getting a braid down? Do y'all see somebody at the front desk? Do you see somebody answering phones? Do you see somebody in the waiting area? Even at her, and I'm going a little jumping, but even at her event, okay, the hair contest, cute. But I'm not coming to Kenya Moore Hair Care to get done up like I'm in the fucking what's the Shonda Rhimes show?
I know you're talking about Bridgerton. I'm
not getting my hair done up like I'm in Bridgerton. Is anybody in here washing hair?
No.
Do you have a braider?
That's what
do you have a quick weaver? Nobody is getting their hair done. And then let's have another conversation. Who the fuck is opening up salons?
Girl, can we talk? Can we be honest?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest with our sister Kenya.
This
is not to bash.
It's not.
It's not to bash. Because first of all, right now, I can go to Kenya Moore Hair Care. I can go to Kenya Moore Hair Spa right now. And if I go to her page, hold on, Kenya Moore Hair Spa. This is Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Okay. This is Kenya Moore Hair Spa. I'm gonna bring this to the screen. This is not like.
Are they doing blowouts?
This is from October 29th.
Not AI.
This is Brooklyn's book. Okay.
Oh.
No. Okay. What is this? Okay. A quick weave. This is the only quick weave I'm seeing. This is back in September. Okay. Who is this? No. It just looks like from time to time, Kenya will have somebody come by the salon and do something here and there. Where is your marketing? You're Kenya Moore. You are Kenya Moore. You have been famous for over 4 decades. You're a superstar. You're Miss US. Was it Miss USA? Hold on, Portia.
You better get it right.
Hold on, bitch. You are like, where is your marketing? Kenya spent more time blowing up them Brit pictures than she did. This is not appealing.
Miss America. Miss USA.
This is not appealing to me.
It's not.
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I get my wig done too. Like I don't, I get locks. This doesn't give me a black hair salon, if I'm being honest. I don't know how
at all.
This doesn't give me that. This give me like a nail shop, like a nail spa, something like that. I can see this. But if I'm not, I know black women. Black women are very specific about who they let do their hair. This is not giving me a place that. This is giving me that y'all doing white women's hair.
Yeah,
this is
she's even doing the hair thing. What's that called? White women love this. The whole. What is it called when you do this thing? I don't remember what you call it, but it's this thing that the white women are doing, and now I'm starting to see black women are getting into it. But it's like a scalp massage or whatever. Cool. Like, listen, I'm here for all that.
Yeah.
But like you said, it just there's nobody in your salon, and let's just be honest, nobody's opening up salons now. Everybody has a salon suite.
Yeah, that's what I thought she should have did. Like, own that and then let people rent it out. Like, rent these booths out and make money. That's what I thought it was giving at first. This is not giving unless you have. She should be showcasing not models, but people who are known in Atlanta for doing some hair, who are probably like up and coming, just need a little bit of support, like been doing hair in their house and doing little stuff. Do that, like, because there's some very talented black women who can do some hair, but they doing it in they mama house, they doing it at their apartments and stuff, and ain't nothing wrong with it. But Kenya can find them, like, hey, I've seen your work. Let me get you in here. Let me help you out. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard finding people who are already talented because they already probably have a salon, probably doing all these other things. So you got to find the up and coming folks. Yeah, and she's been showcasing them and their work. But Kenya is not tapped in.
No,
not tapped in.
It's so clear.
Yeah, it's not. And I think Kenya, she's doing a lot of work, but she doesn't have a team behind her. That's the thing when folks don't understand. Like, yeah, you can make money, but you're gonna wear yourself thin trying to do each and everything. Like, there's certain stuff that I do not do. Like, you don't see me doing TikToks as much. I don't have as much time. Like, I do put out other things, but I can't do everything. You need a little bit of a team to help you, so you're not stressed out about everything that you're doing. And I feel like Kenya Moore is not in that position because she should be having a team that's showing us. Even Portia got a team to show us her pampered sheets and naked hair. Like, she needs to have a little bit of a team helping her, somebody consistently that we know is helping Kenya. And that's why Kenya is stressed out.
She's stressed out. She doesn't have a strategy. And then also, too, I think her salon is outside of Atlanta. So it's you're far.
Child.
We're not coming. We're not coming. Like, you're outside of Atlanta. We're not coming. If you live in Atlanta, you know this. Atlanta already is huge.
Yes.
Atlanta is huge.
Yeah.
Anything outside of Atlanta, just know if it's not a big name, we're not coming. We're not coming.
Look at the places. Nini's Lanithia Lounge closed.
It didn't last.
It was outside of it. The only folks who got stuff and who got capital. Somebody like a Candy, like, who can have a business inside of Atlanta, because Atlanta is very expensive as far as like real estate. Yeah. So it kind of proves to you who kind of teetering the line, how much got it. Yeah. And people are not driving all the way out. Those folks in those suburbs, they're not going to Kingdom. They don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
They don't care.
That's not their market. They're not doing that. The people in the city, now she had this in the city, she could have caught folks. That's why Old Lady Gang does so well for Candy, because it's in the city. It's a place where everybody goes. People who probably don't even watch it anymore, but no.
Literally. Like, she put one in the city. She put one in College Park.
Yes, you have to do that. That's the demographic. You have to know where your market is at. And Kenya Moore hair care, I don't know. It's not making sense. Like, how many toes is you doing? How many bottles of
Come
shampoo
on.
to the point that I don't know. This is why I want the girls to start being honest about how much money they bringing in.
Yep. Let's
Like,
talk
this is
about
why
it.
you need to be honest about it. Because Kenya came and said, "Hey, I'm trying to make this work." I think appeal to them folks. Like, let me get homegirl a try. Because when I hear that, it sells a story for me. Like, let me. But now we're hearing that you out here struggling. I was like, we couldn't tell. Like, humility goes a long way, and y'all
A
just
long
don't-
way.
It just.
And that's why Candy will always be Candy. Candy don't walk around Gucci down to the, cool. Like, she don't do that. She don't do that. She about her business. You could say whatever you want about Old Lady Gang. You could say whatever you want about Blaze. She about her business.
Period.
And then when she's not about her business, she about her other businesses. She got 20 damn businesses she's about.
And a team.
And a team. And that was another thing too. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I just don't want to forget this. When I was looking at the salon opening too, I was looking around that room and I was seeing familiar faces. And I'm like, Kenya.
Let's talk about that. We'll move on.
Oh my God, Kenya, you're the Kenya Moore. I'm seeing motherfuckers who be asking me for shit.
Girl, be at every event in
At
Atlanta.
every Real Housewives of Atlanta taping. Like, how are y'all letting
every event? They at every event. These folks want to be on TV. The people that you're inviting want to be on TV. That's it. They are not coming to get no hair stuff. They are not coming. They just want to be on TV.
They can't help you with shit, really.
They're not going to do nothing. That's why I don't be caring about not being at some of these events, because it's like, girl, y'all just be showing up. Because the following doesn't mean anything. You can have 100,000 folks following you on social media, but you're only selling like 10 things. I'd rather have a strong 20.
I know y'all not stupid enough to ask us if we talking about Miss Lawrence. Are y'all that dumb? Is somebody in here who said you talking about Lawrence? No.
If I was saying Miss Lawrence, I would have said that.
Come on now. No.
I honestly forgot Miss Lawrence was on the episode. I think he was the best addition.
Literally.
I feel like him talking, Miss Lawrence having a conversation with Kenya was like,
great.
Yeah, it was great, but it hurts because she was being uplifted in this moment, and to see her how it happened, like she was taking the shots and stuff. So.
Let me tell you why seeing her and Miss Lawrence talk hurt me.
Yes.
Miss Lawrence is someone who was in the background for years, played background to Kenya for years. This man has gone on to be in Emmy-winning, Academy Award-winning films. Like, this man used Real Housewives of Atlanta in a way that most people would not be able to. They wouldn't have the vision to do that. Shit, he used it better than Kenya.
Yeah, well. And shout out to my friend Wyatt, who said that this her spas look like it's only, according to Google, is only open 3 days a week. Let me say,
let's fast forward to this. You know what? Let's just go ahead to the opening.
Let's get to it.
Who is this?
Let me tell y'all something.
Who is this hoe?
Homegirl went to the FedEx and Kinko's. Did she go, or did somebody else go and print it out?
Oh, we're going to get into that. Let's just say, first and foremost, throughout the episode, Britt Eady is very apologetic.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you guys think it's fake or not, whatever the case may be, she's very apologetic. Okay? She tells Shamia, I would never want to hurt Kenya. Shamia says, well, you need to make it clear to her. You got Kelly, who's in the salon with Kenya, like, hey, that's not my girl. Like, that's not really Britt, like, give her a chance. Kenya's like, hell no, you're not going to tell me about what I saw. I saw what I saw. That's the person she's been to me. You know what I'm saying? You have even Portia who goes to Britt and is like, girl, like, when you have Portia defending Kenya, you know you down bad. You got Portia going to bat for Kenya, bitch. You know you down bad.
Baby, the way Portia was like, because me and Kenya have, I think she can't even say it. She can't. Portia can't. Portia did not want to read it that moment. She like, but even in the moment, Portia was, I've embarrassed myself. We're hearing Portia say that. Nene said, girl, we already talked about this. Like that. Portia was apologetic after snatching her down. And all Kenya was doing the whole rest of it was pulling her.
literally. The whole cast is on Kenya's side.
Whole cast.
The whole cast is on Kenya's side. I think with Kenya and Portia called it when this was before Britt came in. Portia was giving Cynthia the rundown of what happened, and I think Cynthia or Shamil was like, I hope that if Britt does show up, that Kenya's receptive. So I'm paraphrasing, and Portia was like, no, she's in retaliation mode, baby. She's in retaliation mode. Side note, what did you feel about Drew's conversation with Portia?
I don't even remember it. That sounds like Drew. Let me just tell y'all, Drew, love you down, sister. Love your voice. Love you in the TLC biopic. Girl, I don't care about you and Ralph. I don't care about him being in the basement. I don't care about it. Drew, you're gonna have to come up with something else. Like, girl,
come up with something else, please.
It's not giving for you, sister. And
it's
honestly, we can take the $15K they're giving you for this whole season and get that to Cynthia and her wig budget, because it's just not it's not whatever money they're giving Drew, they can just give it to her wig budget. Like, because baby, I don't know if Cynthia every episode is like got some type of deal with some wig company and she wearing them and she tagging them, hey, go get your wigs at gowig.com. Peddling through catalogs, looking for your favorite wig. I'll love Cynthia down. Like, Cynthia, let me tell you, this is why I'm not on TV, because ain't nobody asking me. But I'm not getting my locks done every episode to come on. Y'all ain't finna fry my hairline. I don't see how y'all do it, baby. You will be getting these kinks. Let me tell you, you will not be giving that. But yeah, like, Drew is just bored. Like, Drew is just not giving for me. Like, she's just not. I don't remember the conversation, to be honest. What did she say? Do you remember? I don't remember. Not the Vivica Park wig. Let me tell you, Vivica gonna stay with the check. She gonna sell you some auto insurance, some extended
wigs.
Like, she done got done for, because then 50 Cent said she was munching on him or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna go too far. We can, but Drew is it's just not giving for my sister Drew. What happened to Drop It with Drew? What happened with Drop It with Drew? Can we just drop Drew? Can we just drop Drew? Like, Drew, just honestly, she should need to go work for one of these little one of them shows, them soap operas. I think she just need to go do one of them soap operas. Behind the light, or what is it? Behind the gates, behind the porch. What's this show y'all be watching? Like, I just want Drew to do that. Like, she just need a full-time job. She working Monday through Friday doing that. Because being on this show it's not giving. Drew is not excited enough to be like doing this every episode. Like, girl, I'm bored. You okay? I just can't do it. Somebody said she would be amazed on Tubi. You right. That's why I wanted, because she ate that little TLC roll up. She ate that down, child. She ate that down. That's what I want to see. But her Housewives, it's just not giving. I tried to have a conversation. Let me tell you something. I'm not no woman. If I'm working with Jessie, I'm working with Mr. East, I'm going to let Jessie know. I don't need to, oh, girl, child, I got an opportunity. I'm going to send it to your man. Even before, like, hello, I don't need to have lunch with him to say, hey, girl, like,
right.
What is going on?
Like, hey, girl, I got this idea for a show. I'm going to send it to Mr. Issa. That's
it. And either she now it's on her to respond, say, hey, girl, I ain't messing with that. I ain't messing with
that. And it's I'm glad you actually mentioned that. I didn't even think about that, but I've had friends recently be like, yeah, oh, can I what do you think your man would think about this? They know he works over at Swirl Films. Swirl Films is literally like the death row of films right now. They know. So they're like, yeah, can I send something over to, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No problem. I'll
That's what
introduce
friends
y'all in
do.
the email.
That's what friends do.
That's what friends are for. So it's just weird. And then also, here's my thing with Drew, and I also love Drew down. We've had some really good talks. She was signed to Slip and Slide for a minute. She told me that last year, the year before last, I was shocked when she told me that. Slip and Slide is the same label that had Trick and Trina back in Miami.
Okay.
But so she's been at this music shit for a long time, and we know Drew Sidora. We know Drew Sidora from, my thing with Drew is this: you're 4 seasons deep, you haven't given me an iconic moment yet. I'm sorry. That's too long for you not to give me an iconic moment. You haven't given me an iconic moment yet.
No.
Angela already coming in. Shamina.
Listen, the way I'm saying it every day.
Can we get your nose out of Portia's ass?
We're not even talking about. We love the fact that Angela is like, yes, yeah, girl, my nose. We love that.
Yeah.
It like, okay, girl,
Okay. Miss Jackson. Okay.
She owning it.
She owns it.
She owns it.
Everybody already has had a big moment. Drew has yet. This season alone, everybody else has had a moment, but Drew. And we're on episode 5. We're about to be on episode 6. But
and
Drew.
the season started with her moment. Now working with him.
You
You are low down, dirty individual.
And you still did not. What did I do? No, girl, clock in. You still haven't clocked in. You're not giving me nothing. So, Drew, and then I see a lot of people saying Portia wrong. Listen, a lot of y'all are still mad that Portia took that lady husband. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a fuck. The reception was nice. The wedding was nice. I was there. It was nice champagne. It was lovely. I don't give a fuck what happened. Everybody in that situation was wrong. Period.
Yeah. And y'all know how I feel. Can no woman take no man?
Yeah, everybody in that situation was wrong.
Yeah.
However, this is different. It's clear Portia did not want to film with Dennis. It's very clear. Did y'all not see Portia Family Matters? Did y'all not see that shit?
Baby, they wasn't in there.
They was in there like this was Portia and Dennis.
Yeah. Dennis had to raise it for us. That kind of made it made me a little moist a little bit. I like me some Dennis. I like me some Dennis. That big belly man be putting. I know I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
Them
But
big
Dennis, that's
belly
a
niggas,
fine big eyed man, child.
The only thing they be having to lift the belly up, but other than that, they be,
But you know what? I'm gonna be respectful.
Yeah, we're gonna be respectful to Portia and her baby daddy. But it's just, it was clear she didn't want to film with Dennis. And here you come because you don't have nothing. That's the thing. You and Ralph and Dennis conspired this entire story. It's clear and it's annoying. And I see why Portia's annoyed. I'm annoyed as a viewer. I'm annoyed. Why am I seeing Ralph in a confessional and I'm not seeing Kenya? Okay.
Because Ralph looked like what he looked like. He did look good in that little suit, though. I ain't gonna lie.
He looked good in his little sheen suit.
Baby, this be the gays at their birthday, the 30 up gays at their birthday party. The way they ate me up. Because we love to have a suit with no shirt on. Not saying that what's name was gay, but they was just saying it was a look. That was
listen, y'all know I hate people. Oh my gosh, no, we're not calling him gay. We know the man's not gay. But anyway, so we at the opening. Everybody coming in. Everybody's looking good. Kenya, you have a bunch of people around you that you should not have around you. It's girl. Shout out to Miss Lawrence for coming in. There was another actor too. I can't remember his name, but he was in a movie. I think he was in Toi with Kenya. And he's been in a bunch of Tyler Perry movies. Actually, he was the guy who was the cop when Jill went up that mountain to save her marriage. He was the cop. The guy who played the cop that she ends up falling in love with and marrying.
He was there too?
Yeah, he was there too. I peeped him too. I can't remember his name. But he was there too.
He's fine.
But anyway, vibes is nice. We get the Bronner Brothers hair show thingy, which was cute. What do you think about that?
I thought it was cute. I wasn't expecting that. I definitely agree with somebody that made a comment earlier. It should have been a hype man. They should have went all the way out. It should went out.
Yeah, there was no
Should been a hype.
DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kenya. All right, next. It didn't give.
Yeah. And I think had it been that, probably we would have got Kenya doing that.
Yeah. So the girlies are in, the girls are having conversation. You say you don't remember Drew's conversation with Portia. Everybody's talking. Cynthia's back from out of town. So anyway, you have Kelly and Britt who pull up. Kelly and Britt was in the car. Britt was talking about how her aunt just died this past week or whatever. It's building up the empathy, whatever. And she comes in bearing gifts, bearing flowers to Kenya. So she brings in the flowers to Kenya, right? And as she's coming in, everybody's a little shocked. You got Shamia saying, well, it's all good. It's good. Like she ain't escort you off. So you good. Mind you, this is Shamia who Kenya tried to escort off her boat. Mind you, the boat was in the middle of the water. Do y'all remember that shit? They was in the middle of the sea.
Maybe she better throw.
Someone said Layman Rucker. I'm sorry. That's the actor's name, Layman Rucker. Thank you, y'all. But they were in the middle of the sea when Kenya tried to escort Shamia off her boat. Okay. This was around the time when you had Phaedra and all those allegations against Shamia and Candy. You also had, let me ask you this too. For the opening, I was ready to hear Kenya more hair care.
Yeah,
Kenya more hair.
They didn't put.
You don't have the drums coming in. You don't have the drums. Kenya more hair. Girl, you didn't give us that.
What if they did and they kind of, I think they had something, but they ain't had the drums. I think they kind of edited it out. They edited it out.
Okay, well, we didn't get that.
We ain't hear no.
No, we didn't hear no cheering or nothing. Cool.
And she was asking him at the model looking thing. The models was given.
The models was given.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kenya in the back. Shot. What was? So then Britt comes in. Yeah, they kept showing her pouring up the shots. Britt comes in and Kenya ignores her. Britt's like, "Hi, Kenya. I came to apologize." Hey, what's going on? What are y'all talking about? Okay, can I have anybody's attention? Britt is like, "Hey, I came to apologize." And then you have Angela who hugs her. You tried. And then you have Britt who leaves the flowers, leaves the card, and she leaves the salon. And I'm thinking, when I saw her leave the salon, I'm like, okay, so maybe this didn't happen at the salon. Because in my mind, I'm like,
how?
There's no way you saw this girl leave and you still did this shit.
At your lunch.
At your lunch. So you have Kenya who has this speech. And I ain't gonna hold you. The speech was given. Am I wrong? I'm trying to bring up the speech now. Hold
It was a beautiful moment.
For no reason.
Beautiful moment.
And I'm actually really sick of it.
Yeah. I just wanted to apologize.
I know that was rude, but I'm glad
I did my part. I wanted you to.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the speech.
Surprises.
Sir.
Don't keep the car. Burn that. I'm gonna pay you.
Okay.
Stay out of it.
Hold on.
What the flowers do to you? You got this flower wall in here.
Shout
out to Jessie not showing the video, but the audio, Chaga. We ain't trying to get copyright.
Oh, you can hear the audio?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, you can hear the audio. So I'm trying to bring it up on screen because I want to show it. Hold on.
Or at least just put the flowers at the front door, maybe?
No, don't keep the card. Don't keep the card. Burn that. I don't want the card.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
Pretty flowers.
So then you have this.
Oh, Kelly's dress was cute.
It was cute. So then you have this. Hold on. Okay.
Stay out of it. But then it escalated because I was paying her dust because I'm that bitch. Been that bitch, still that bitch. I'm gonna.
That was so cringe to me. It was so cringe to me. It was so bad. It was just.
Wait,
It was just,
I ain't gonna hold you. As a Haitian, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
girl.
Is my sister about to leave me a body? Like, what's going on? Is she about to turn somebody into a chicken? What's going on?
Girl, I'm gonna block you. You're blocked. You're blocked from the circle.
I was waiting for the. Let me tell you something. If Kenya would have had white powder, I would have screamed.
I'm not even gonna ask why.
Don't.
I'm
Don't.
not. Girl, what is going on? You can just tell she was zoned out. Like, now Kenya was tipsy.
Yeah.
She was feeling herself.
Yeah.
I've never seen Kenya like this before. I've never seen her like this.
Ever.
I feel like there was the little voice inside of Kenya was telling her, girl, this is too much, but she was drowning her out.
She was like, fuck it, I'm here. I'm gonna do it. Mind you, Britt is gone. Can we talk about the fact that Britt is gone? Now, hold on. Let me bring this back. Let me bring this back because I want to bring this.
But then it escalated because I was paying her dust. Because I'm that bitch. Been that bitch, still that bitch.
This edit is taking me out.
I'm gonna pay you dust.
This purple is pretty though.
Let me tell you something. Whoever produced that I'm that bitch, been that bitch, still that bitch.
And you still ain't shit. Come on, Dochi and JT. Somebody needs to edit that as a
No, but I'm talking about the camera edit that got it from this side, then that.
Yes,
hey,
they ate that.
Whoever did that at Bravo, whoever, I think Truly Original, y'all ate that. Y'all fucking ate that. Oh. Y'all fucking ate that shit up. But anywho, as a Haitian, I was still waiting for the white powder. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. So she makes the speech, and then she makes the speech, they pause.
I know that's right. Then she talked about having a gun. That she keeps it on her at all times.
That's
she did.
Low.
So this woman was saying all this stuff like, you don't know the I am. I'm like, no.
Now, I want y'all to notice something because we're going to talk about this. But see, I can't play everything. But when you're watching Housewives, there are the peaches. And then there are the wannabe peaches.
Peachless.
There are the peachless. Okay. There are the peaches. And then there are the peachless. And we're going to talk about the peachless. Okay. These two right here.
I need it bad like a heartbeat.
These two right here. Kenya has been pulling for these two for at least the past 2 seasons. She had, I can't remember her name, her right here, but I feel like she had a very brief confessional. Maybe I'm wrong, but she was really close to getting a peach.
Yeah, she was close.
She was very close to getting a peach. She was hanging out.
She's married to. She had like a situation.
Yeah, she's married. No, she's married to an NFL player.
Okay, does she have a baby with somebody famous or something? She's married
to a football player. I can't remember his name, but I believe he plays for the Falcons. Can't remember the guy's name, but she's really friends with Kenya outside of this. Now, Ming has been friends with, so she was hanging around Candy for a bit. I think she still does, but she was hanging around Candy for a bit. And so she was getting close, right? Then we all know Candy decided to make her departure. And so she started hanging around Kenya. Now, I'm not going to say she started hanging around Kenya because Candy left, because last year, Candy took a bunch of us to the Renaissance concert. Mm-hmm. And at the Renaissance concert, Ming was there, Kenya was there. And even at the concert, like, to me, I don't know if Kenya was going through something around then, but there was a moment even like during the concert where like Kenya was kind of like sitting by herself. Everybody else was having a good time. And at the time, I was there and I was like, I told LaToya, I was like, girl, let's go dance with her. So she could just get up and dance. I don't know what was happening with her, but I feel like she was sad at the time. And maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's because all this shit had happened. Can't remember. Maybe that's what it was. So anyway, so basically she's been hanging around Kandi and Kenya for a minute. I want to say at least for the last 2 years. And so if you notice in every episode I don't know if they showed at Shamia's, but when I was there, she was definitely at Shamia's party.
I didn't see her on there. I didn't see her.
Last episode or 2 episodes ago at the ball main event, she was there.
Okay, she was.
And she's here too, right? Now, I want you to just keep her in mind, right? Because we're going to come back to her. Let me remove this for now. We're going to come back to her. But Kenya does her speech and then she delivers her line. Justin, I'm going to let you deliver it. I know you've been waiting all your life to deliver it. Go ahead and get your card.
Who is this out? Like she was. So the first one must not have been that bad.
No.
I think the first one was talking about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's
it's
not bad, but it's I felt like it should have that should have just been it.
I want you to notice something. I'm going to bring this back because if you're in the members for the last 2 weeks,
we've been talking
about this. And I have a very reliable source that told me something. And I said it in my members because I know this person wouldn't lie to me. But when I watched this episode, I said, bitch, you was telling me the motherfucking truth. You was telling me the truth. So I want to show y'all something. And then we're going to talk about it.
What is this?
So who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Britt Eady is her name.
Do you notice how everybody's shocked but one person?
You better clock it.
When I watched this episode, I said, oh, you wasn't lying. In every shot where this speech is happening and Kenya's making her speech, bitches is clutching their pearls. She never does. She never does. And of course, for copyright, I can't keep playing it. But if you watch it, every time there's a shot going over to her and this girl, I can't remember her name, she's never fazed by it. Like she was just very matter of fact. So the reason I want to bring that up is because a birdie told me, okay, now this is alleged, but
was it Mama Joyce? Mama Joyce? You ain't no damn family. Shout out to Mama Joyce.
But the birdie told me that, again, these are Kenya's friends. Kenya really wanted her friends to have peaches. She was vying for her friends to have peaches. All the girlies do this. All the girlies pull for their friends. Even while filming is happening, sometimes a girl might not have a contract yet, but if she's showing up to filming and she's good on camera, they might offer her a contract. If you go back and you look at the season where both Portia and Kenya came in, if you listen to Kenya's interview with Carlos, she said her and Portia didn't have contracts. All those scenes where they were going back and forth, they didn't have contracts. They chose to keep Kenya and Portia after the Miss USA scene. That's when they chose to keep them. When they saw the fire between them, that's when they chose to keep them. So anyway, the birdie told me that Kenya was pulling for her friends. I can't remember the other girl's name, but Ming was one of the girls. She was pulling for those girls to have peaches. But Britt won the peach, right? Now, here's the connection between Britt and Ming. They both have a common ex. Do you know who that ex is? Akila. Thank you. Somebody said Akila. Akila is the girl's name, but they have a common ex. And so IDK, if there is I didn't really get into if there's animosity with that. But however, basically, when Britt got the peach, she was still trying to get a peach too. So it could have kind of been like a Kenya and Portia situation when they both came in. But Kelly was so good. So they chose to have Britt and Kelly. And so now you have this exchange. You have the stuff kind of brewing with Britt and Kenya, which I don't know all the ins and outs about whatever's happening off camera, but you kind of have that brewing, right? So when Kenya says that she had a private investigator, when Kenya said that she had a private investigator send her Brit stuff, here's the thing. I want y'all to really think about this. When you get a private investigator, they're not gonna bring you no sex pictures.
No, man.
That's not what a private investigator is doing. They're not bringing you no sex pictures or nothing like that.
They might bring that you didn't file bankruptcy.
They're gonna bring you some real shit.
Yeah.
And so when you think about the content of what the private investigator brought to Kenya, what I was made privy of is that the private investigator allegedly was Ming. And that is because her and Britt, for whatever the reason, for whether it be Rick Ross or whatever, they don't get along. And so I think that's very telling, because when you look at Kenya, and this is not me defending Kenya's actions, I think Kenya's completely wrong. But when you look at Kenya, it's kind of like Kenya is having a manic episode almost. And somebody kind of put a battery in her back.
Oh, they definitely did.
Like, bitch, put this, bitch.
Did what you say, girl. Did what you say.
This is the tea. This is the tea. So that's what I was told, which was it wasn't no private investigator. It was because she didn't get her peach. Kenya was mad she didn't get her peach too. And so basically that was like their way of retaliating, even though I think Kenya was right to be upset with Britt. But that was, I'm gonna get this bitch off the show.
Now somebody said, was she on bath sauces with? No, girl, she was drinking them hair care products, because that's probably the only thing she got to eat now.
But basically, that is how she got those pictures. Also, allegedly, those pictures were altered. So they weren't even the original pictures, which is why I really feel that she really did give Kenya that stuff. Because Kenya doesn't give me a person who would go online and see the real picture and then go alter them.
Yeah. And I've met Ming probably twice at a YouTube event some years ago. I think back in 2019. She doesn't give me that, but from what I'm hearing, it means cool. I had a couple of. I don't have no connection to her like that. I think I texted her a couple of times just to reach out, but
I have. I mean, we used to follow each other online. Even asked her if I could partner up with her for her hair business back in the day. Like I've always thought she was a boss.
Yes, period. She
However,
dated the person she dated was Rick Ross.
yeah. They both dated Ross. Yes.
Yeah.
However, when I was hearing this, I was like, huh. Because Kenya has done some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Kenya hasn't done fucked up shit on this show. She has. But this kind of just gave
midlife crisis.
Not just that, but it kind of just gives like desperado. She was really gunning for something, and that was the best she could get. And I feel like she was convinced that was a good thing. And I really feel like the person who told me this, I think it makes sense now that I look at it. And when I looked at the episode, if you watch that scene, I'm telling you, every time they look over to Ming several times. I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, they kept putting the camera on her.
They kept putting the camera on her. And every single time she's unfazed. Everybody around her is like,
yeah.
And she's just like,
well.
And when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Let me, because I want to address something. Be careful making jokes about financial misfortunes. I personally believe in karma. Well, I don't.
Like, well, when did we make fun of that?
Yeah, I guess they're talking about me when I said Kenya Moore was like she's probably gonna be eating this. Kenya Moore put this upon herself. Like there is no karma. Like, let me tell you something. If karma was real, we wouldn't be having white. Child, they wouldn't even be here, to be honest. So you can miss me with that. Kenya put this on herself, and that's Kenya is way too smart, way too intelligent, well too understanding of these things to do something like that. Like, she's too smart. I will say this. I don't think Kenya Moore and a lot of these folks have a politic when it comes to understanding how these things work. Like, revenge porn is wrong. Point blank, period. It is wrong. Someone made a comment about Kenya Moore never being a girl's girl when it comes to black girls. And I think there may be some truth to that. And I think it kind of speaks to Kenya's character, like, to do this to a woman. We've heard these folks make jokes about, oh, you're a slut, all that other stuff. It's like, girl,
you're a slut from the 90s.
This
Portia did tell Kenya that.
It's like all of them have made comments like this. So I'm not really honestly surprised that something like this happens, because these are the same folks who made jokes about somebody looking like a woman looking like a man. Kenya made the comment about what's the name having AIDS, the AIDS test. Like, they say stuff like this all the time. Like, y'all joke, clown all the time. Some of the stuff is just like, I'm not sure about that. This probably wouldn't have been as bad some years ago, but we are in a new age. And then there was a lawsuit that was filed, apparently.
Yeah, that was another thing. My source did say, here is the reason why. Bravo had no other choice. Because had they not, they would have faced a lawsuit. And here's where we need to get in Bravo's ass, right? And I love Bravo. I love Real Housewives. I watch not all the franchises. I watch the black franchises, and I'm into Beverly Hills because Garcelle was there, and then Bose, my girl. But now Garcelle's leaving. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching. But here's the thing, right? Bravo didn't have to air this.
They did not have to.
Bravo did not have to air this. It's one thing for us to hear about it and let us come to our own conclusions. You done got rid of Kenya. Kenya went on her press tour, apologized for it. Cool. We didn't have to see this.
No, we didn't.
We did not have to see this. Bravo still chose to show it to us. And I feel that there is some blame to go for Bravo, because at the end of the day, y'all are still profiting off of Revenge P.
Yeah.
Y'all are still profiting off of that. The same way y'all profited off of, false essay allegations years back, and then y'all about to bring back Phaedra. And here's the thing. I love Phaedra.
Do
Love
too.
Phaedra now. But getting rid of Kenya and then bringing back Phaedra, what message does that send?
It's not consistent.
It's just not consistent.
Not consistent.
It's not a consistent message. Again, love Phaedra. Love Phaedra. But if you're going to bring back Phaedra, you should have just kept Kenya.
Yeah. Yeah, it's giving. Bravo's going to protect themselves at the end of the day, and they will exploit anybody that's on this show. They do not care.
No.
Nobody's a darling.
No.
Some people might have more respect from the production, but at the end of the day, Bravo is a subsidiary of Universal. Like Universal, like they see dollars and cents. If it ain't making no money, cut.
Yeah.
Like there's way bigger shows than this that have dealt with mess. Like Game of Thrones, one of my favorite shows, and they've had to make cuts.
People are saying that, well, Phaedra did her time.
What time did she do? She didn't do no time.
Right. And she's never apologized. Like,
no.
And mind you, keep in mind, and again, I say this as a Phaedra fan. I watched her on Married to Medicine. I didn't like how they did her over there. She did kind of play in people's face because she ain't married to medicine, but whatever. That's another discussion for another day.
They made that work for them.
All right. That's enough. But however, when you reward people for bad behavior, they're not learning a lesson. They're just learning how to do their time.
Mm-hmm.
They're just learning how to stay away for a little bit. And mind you, while she's done her time, she's been on other franchises of Real Housewives. She's done what Traders. She's done Dancing with the Stars. Like she's done commercials. Phaedra is very successful in the TV space.
Yeah.
Very
successful.
successful.
Stars a part of NBC Universal too as well?
Yes.
So that to me, that was Universal testing the waters before they brought her back.
Yeah. Just because you didn't see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta doesn't mean that Phaedra has not been she's been in movies, she's been in commercials.
Dubai too.
Like,
She's on Dubai.
She's in Dubai. Like she did other Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives franchises.
Mm-hmm.
What time did she do?
Yeah.
She never apologized. And then I'm interested in seeing when she comes back, what that's going to do for the dynamic between Shamia and Portia. Clock that.
Dynamic that has been but shifting for
because we don't know what the Shamia and Portia right now is giving. I don't know what the fuck that's giving.
Yeah, and Candy kind of already let the tea out when in her video about these things. You know, Candy
be on Amazon Live just spilling everybody's tea. She taking breaks in between Othello. Mind you, she over there working with Denzel. So hold on, let me do this Amazon Live. Portia and Shamia not friends.
And you can buy this mini dress, baby. Candy is her own QVC. She gonna be on TikTok Live selling nails too. Now.
Buy this dress for $19.99. Link in my bio, like please.
If you bundle with taking a to-go order from Blaze,
please pass by old lady game while you at it. Like, please, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder how that dynamic's gonna be affected, because watching this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia and Shamia, I'm not understanding what's happening. Like that scene we've talked about it for the members, but you know, Mama Diane is giving Mama Joyce to Carmen. What Mama Joyce was to Carmen is giving that's what she is to Shamia. Then you have Shamia go on her YouTube. You got Shamia Mama talking about, like, it's a lot going on. And I'm like, okay, are they trolling us? Is this fake?
Yeah.
But then again, I don't see Shamia putting her mom on camera and her mom just, you know, letting it rip on Miss Diane like that. I don't see it. Yeah. So again, I think getting rid of Kenya is one thing, but getting rid of Kenya and bringing back Phaedra when literally Phaedra left for things that are actually, it's relative. There was no pictures, but what she did is kind of relative to what Kenya just did.
Mm-hmm. Did we lose a whole producer to this too? Allegedly?
I believe so.
Tell it they wasn't, but
yeah, I believe so. So I mean, ultimately, do you feel that Kenya was right? Whether it was for Ming or not, whether Ming was the private investigator or not, do you feel that Kenya was right or wrong?
No, absolutely not. I think if no matter how mad someone makes you, if you're willing to do that, that means it was already there. Like that means that's already there. There are some things that have made me upset that I'm not. Why would I need to say that? Like, what makes you different than the people who do that all the time? You still went there. Like, we have to be stop playing with this. Oh, I'm going to hell. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Like y'all got a lot of us. Honestly, have had managers talk to us crazy and stuff.
Okay.
And gotten them together. So like we've had people in our family have done some. You're not, and I'm one of them folks. I don't mind not talking to family and cutting folks off if I get disrespected. I'm not dabbling in that. There's so many other things, and as someone who is old as Kenya Moore, we can't make the excuse of her age, and maybe she was 20. Yeah, you don't understand that, but Kenya is too intelligent. She's been on the show too long. She's gotten passes before in the past for saying things and doing certain stuff. It was just no way to do that to a group of people like that. No, like she could. I would have been okay when she said, "Well, girl, I heard she was out here selling cooch." So let's talk about that. There's a way to do that, and even that's borderline because you on the you can't be even that. Like
when she was calling Britt a video hoe, I was like, okay, but you were one too. We have pictures with you, Jay-Z. Like it's
you haven't danced with me all night, Lionel. Like, girl, go sit down. You haven't danced with like Kenya, like.
You are a slut from the 90s. Come on, Portia.
It's just like, girl, who cares? Let me tell you something. The economy keeping bad. We all gonna be selling something. We all selling something. I'm selling something right now. I'm selling jokes.
Listen,
so we all out here doing labor.
I'm selling coochie right now. I'm selling coochie tonight.
Listen,
okay, I done told this man I ain't trying to work. Listen, somebody's coochie tonight. Come on.
Let me tell you something. So it's just like, girl, let that go. It's late to put that out. Like, I want us to move past the horror jokes. It's so late, and this is what it's become. Like that. Like you want to prove because just saying that doesn't hit enough.
Yeah.
Now you have to come with fabricated pictures. Yeah. And then somebody said, girl, we don't. I think it was Cynthia. We don't want to see nobody sucking no.
You got Cynthia. Cynthia's wig was she ain't had no wig on. She had braids. Cynthia.
What is it? The braids?
Cynthia, even Portia, everybody looked crazy. And I want to talk about Cynthia for a moment because Kenya reposted tweets of people dragging Cynthia, calling her a flip-flopper, when actually she's not a flip-flopper. We saw right then and there, right after Kenya did what she did, Cynthia said, sister, I love you, but I hold you to a higher standard than this. You made this about that. Yeah. I wish you didn't do that. She told her that to her face. And I feel like a lot of y'all who are, Cynthia's a flip-flopper. No, y'all don't have real friends. Get you some real friends in your life. Get you a friend who's going to be like, brother, I love you. Sister, I love you. But that ain't it.
Yeah, it ain't. And I have people tell me that before. That's where I've gotten better with my stuff. Like, girl, the way I used to be on YouTube, y'all know.
Yeah.
Reckless. Yeah. I still can get there, but I'm very choosy in my words. Like, I still will get down, but it's some stuff I won't say. Some things that you just won't. And I will apologize and own up for that. And I don't. Cynthia, like, Cynthia do whatever to be. Cynthia wants to be on the show. She got bills to pay.
Yep.
So, hey, girl, I love you, but you done was stupid. I got to get this check. So that is what it is. Because Cynthia has not talked to Kenya
since the
incident.
But she said she reached out. She said she
reached out.
But also, even when you look at the scene too, when she talks to Kenya, Kenya's like, okay, like Kenya wanted everybody to be on her side. And when she saw everybody leave, she's like, wow, so I see who I could trust. Yeah, you can't trust none of us with this bullshit. This is illegal. Here's another thing. Y'all, there are laws against this.
Literally.
And just because Kenya Moore Hair Care or Kenya Moore Spa is Kenya's spa, when you are filming, that becomes Bravo workplace. That becomes truly original workplace. Once those cameras go up and the mics are pinned on you,
that's it.
You are at work.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. You are
Yeah.
at work. And if somebody at your job says something threatening to you, there is a chain to go through that. If you've been here since in the beginning of the live, I've talked about that. I have had instances where somebody has threatened me on the job. And guess what? I was paid for my suffering.
Period.
You better believe it. I was paid for my suffering. Yeah. Because I'm not going to leave here until y'all either reprimand that person or you pay me for my suffering.
Listen, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. I'm from around the way.
Period. And I
I'm
don't
from around
blame
the
you.
way. I'm leaving here with something. Here's my account number. Make a direct deposit. Thank you. Don't make me call my lawyer. Don't make me call my lawyer. Like, don't make me
That's
call my
something
lawyer.
that Kenya should have did from the beginning. She should have just more focused on that.
Yeah.
She should have
Don't make me
focused
call my lawyer.
on that. But she didn't. And I think Kenya, it was a struggle for Kenya, even when she was on Tamara Hall. Folks say, oh, she did apologize. She did apologize. That was not an apology.
She apologized to Tamara.
Yeah, it's just, so I take full accountability. Saying you take accountability is only the beginning. Like, we have to, like, apologizing is admitting and the humility of I did wrong. It's nothing wrong with saying it. And the way Kenya struggled so much to saying that, like, you can tell it was some BS. Like, you can tell it was BS. And she could have just said, hey, I went too far. That was just way too much. Like, be human. It takes nothing to just say that. But Kenya struggled with that. She didn't want to. And Cynthia telling her in that moment, hey, girl, this is beneath you.
Yeah.
Kenya didn't even realize it in that moment. In that moment, like, even when the liquor had wore off, when Portia snatched Kenya down, she was like, I embarrassed myself, like I was wrong. Like, she felt it in that moment. And how you feel, like, yeah, girl, we all sometimes we human.
Yeah.
But you have to take accountability. And I've not seen that. And you always have to apologize for what you did. That's why you don't want to do something that you have to continually apologize for.
Yeah.
Somebody say, hey, Justin, you did something. You did that. Yeah, girl, I regret.
It's like Dr. Heavenly, who's always apologizing, but she never tells you what she's sorry for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to address this too while we're at it. Kenya Moore is still getting paid and still has a contract. Let me educate y'all on this, because a lot of you guys don't know. Y'all think that reality television is like being on a series, and it's not. Okay. So when you're coming in and you're doing reality television, you have an episodic rate. Period.
Get to it, Jess. Let me
You have an episodic rate. Now, don't get it twisted, right? When you've heard, in years prior, Nene's getting paid $1 million, Candy's getting paid $1 million, right? They still have an episodic rate. And usually when you have an episodic rate, they break down your pay per the episode so that your pay per episode can match up what that $1 million is. Okay. I can guarantee you, if you're not appearing in an episode, you're not getting paid for it unless you are an EP.
Yeah.
That is something that is very easily Googleable.
Yeah. We saw that with the incident with Nene in the closet. She was suspended, but she was still on the season, but she was on the first 3-4 episodes. She lost out on a lot of money, and she was the highest paid cast member at the time. But you talking about Nene was getting probably what, 80 to 100,000 per episode. It's like almost $500,000.
Yeah. And remember how salty she was about that shit.
Because they don't get that to the end of the season, correct? To the season.
You get
that's why you always see they come back the next season. I had to explain to somebody they be done up. They done did stuff. They done worked on their house and everything.
Really? So how it works is, for instance, like when I don't know how Bravo does it, but when I was doing Love and Hip Hop, you would get paid that Monday following, your episode.
Okay.
So if their episode aired yesterday, they're probably getting that check today.
Okay.
That's usually how it works. It would be like the next business day following your episode airing. That's how it would work. I'm assuming that's how, I don't know how Bravo works, but yeah, but literally if you ask anybody, even like recently I had these girls from Temptation Island and they were talking about their pay loosely. And one of the girls was like, the longer you stay on the show, the more you get paid. You know why? Episodic rate.
Period.
Episodic rate. When I did Wild 'N Out, guess what? There could be 20 shows. If I only do 5 shows, guess what? My episodic rate times 5.
Yeah.
That's it. So literally, Kenya, whatever her episodic rate was, she's only getting that for those 5 episodes.
Yeah. And it depends on probably what's in the contract too.
Also, usually when you're doing a reality show, your episodes are not guaranteed. Even the highest paid, your episodes are not guaranteed. When you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, something I've always noticed is each housewife would at least have one episode where they wouldn't be in it. Especially back in the day. So there would always be like one random episode where a housewife wouldn't be in it.
Yeah. That's how they save money.
Yeah. Which exactly that's how they're saving money. But also it doesn't even have to be that way, because a lot of times when you're filming Housewives of Atlanta or these shows, you're filming for like 6 to 8 months, 8 to 10 months. They have enough footage to have you in every episode if they wanted to, which is why Kenya was so pissed off that last season they didn't show her scenes from her hair salon.
Yeah.
I done filmed for a year and y'all just gonna cut this shit out. The biggest episodes that would impact me the most, you cut it out. And so, yeah, you're only getting paid per episode. Just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, I've seen people say that they can understand why Kenya did what she did. I'm gonna tell you, Kenya was dead ass wrong.
Yeah.
Dead ass wrong. Now, here's how I would have did it.
I was about to ask what you would have did.
Once Ming Lee would have gave me the pictures. The next time we're at a group setting, I would just have those pictures on deck.
Mm-hmm.
The next time that girl would come for me, the next time Britt would say something to me, this you? This you? This you? Girl, don't remember when I said you're a peasant? This is you. This is you. Who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Because I'm doing it to you. I'm doing it to you. I'm not showing it to a bunch of, I'm doing it to you. You want me to airdrop these to you so you could remind yourself who the fuck you are and who the fuck I am? Don't play with me. That's how I would have did it. That's how I would have did it. But to go down to Kinko's, go down to FedEx.
Girl, she came in like a bottle girl. What is what? At your event that you have been wanting since last season, you've been wanting a moment like this. We didn't even see her get that emotional and say, like, I'm just so proud of myself. Like, lead up to this. And Bravo did you dirty. Baby. Some
people are saying, that's the same thing, that what I did would be the same thing. No, I'm showing it to you.
So you didn't make sure the cameras don't catch it.
Yes, I'm showing it to you. Let me go ahead and airdrop these to you. Since you got this, you? Oh, okay.
It's teetering a line, but to me it's teetering a line, but it's not there because we don't see it.
Exactly.
But it's like, girl,
I'm doing it to you.
I got some tea on you. What New York mama did when she had them papers?
Aren't you an escort or whatever? Kenya is the queen of shade. She could have came up with something. Please.
You selling more than insurance from what I hear. She already said it. She could have kept going with that. What's your status?
Like a good neighbor.
My coochie is there. Like, come on. See, they got the wrong folks on these shows. Cause baby, I'll be able to eat, but I'm not. I would be
like a good neighbor. Come on now. There's ways to go about that.
Yeah. And she kept taking the shots back. Baby, they gave Kenya the Jocelyn treatment.
Oh.
Baby, when they were trying to get Jocelyn off, they did. Bravo gave Kenya more of that.
They did her dirty.
She's not coming back. She's not coming back.
Well, here's the thing. I think that even though they let her go, whether you want to say fire, whether you want to say let go, whatever, I actually think they are still keeping the door open. Bruno, I'm gonna leave the door open.
You feel as though. Okay.
Yeah, because when they said, what was the thing that they said per her
We,
behavior?
we're not gonna. Yeah, after her behavior, we decided not to film no more for her for the rest of the season.
They said this season.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, you're right. But I think they want to know what the fans feeling, because if the fans won't Kenya more, and because they allegedly settled out of court with Miss Britt and paid her coin, allegedly.
Allegedly.
It probably isn't there where we can bring her back. But I wonder how that will work, because could they not? I don't see them bringing Britt back from what's being said. Shamia,
I think they're gonna bring.
you
Oh,
think-
you're talking about the Shamia thing of
like
it all?
the way Shamia said that we're gonna see later on in the season, kind of like why nobody's really messing with Britt like this. Like, folks.
Let me say this too, because you brought up the Britt, the legality of it all. I asked myself too, does Kenya have a lawyer? Because the way it's very clear, whether you want to believe it or not, it's very clear that Britt has a very good lawyer.
Yes.
Whether you want to admit it or not. Because the way, if you think that Britt's lawyer did not make this happen, you're not paying attention. Because Bravo was definitely down with the bullshit. They were down. They were down to air this shit, just blur the shit out, cool, whatever. They were down. They were down.
Yeah,
Britt,
they did it right.
Britt obviously
her lawyer took care of her. Her lawyer took care of her.
Yes.
She did the research. I can tell, because Bravo is a big network.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they got connections with some lawyers. They could have been like, oh, girl.
No.
They could have like
whoever Britt's lawyer is
a
dog.
Yeah.
Is a dog. Anyway, I say that as if I don't know who she is. But I can attest to you. I can tell you for sure, Britt has a dog. Britt has a dog for a lawyer. And I'm just like, you ain't got no dog on your team? You ain't got no ruff on your team? Because again, going back to the pum of it all, the pistols of it all, your lawyer couldn't make shit shake.
I'm starting to believe that Kenya is not as like these folks on TV. That's about it. I don't think they be having the knowledge and I don't think they be having it.
Yeah.
I don't think they be having it. So yeah, I will agree. This is very low for Kenya. I don't care what Britt did. That should have been handled a different way. And Kenya sacrificed so much in the process of this, just for this one feel-good moment that will be her part of her legacy.
Yeah.
This is a part of her legacy. And I just don't think it's smart. I think folks just be saying stuff on the internet. People just be saying stuff. Oh, girl, I would have did. Yeah, I would have did nothing. Absolutely not. It's the reason why we're not on the show. Because you would have got here. You probably just would have lasted one season or probably 1-2 episodes, because you're willing to go that low. You have to know how to deal with situations.
Yeah.
And this was beneath Kenya Moore. Our friends told her that on camera.
Yeah.
They told her that on camera, like, you are better than this.
Yeah.
And sometimes our friends have to reel us in, like, especially doing this work that we do. I've had friends say, hey, girl, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Some time ago, girl, I don't know about that one. Like, you was yelling all and hollering in front of the camera, girl. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
And I would tell my friends that too. And I would hope that my friends would tell me the same as well.
Yeah.
So
I feel like me, who did like Love and Hip Hop 8 years ago, definitely not the same me. Yeah. I feel like back then, any little thing, I was ready to just any little, and I wasn't in the best place too. And I was flying from New York to Miami, acting like I was living in Miami. I wasn't. Like, it just was a lot. But I will say that it's if you're gonna do reality television, it's very, very easy to overreact. Yes. And I think a lot of people, and I'm saying this for Britt and Kenya, I think both of them overreacted.
Yes.
It's very easy to do that. You got cameras in your face. Everybody is under pressure to have a moment. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
And some people.
No, yeah. Even without the cameras, when you're so used to doing this, you're talking like you're talking to the audience. The audience is there. and you get caught up in that.
Yeah. You get caught up. It's just a lot. And I think because I did it before, I think if I was ever to go back to reality television, I know way more. Like I would be so much more well prepared. I wouldn't be mechanic about it, but I just would be so much more well prepared, because I think what people don't understand is you give them everything, but they pick and choose what they air. That's the thing. You can give these people everything, but they pick and choose what they air, which is why I feel Kenya when she says, I did this, I did that. They never showed it. I remember doing Love and Hip Hop. I filmed with my family, filmed with my siblings. They never showed that. They never showed me to be a sister. I hosted red carpets for BET Hip Hop Awards. They didn't want to show that. Oh, we can't. Y'all are all under Viacom. But then they showed other cast members going to the MTV Awards, but didn't show me hosting the BET. They had what they wanted to show me as. And so, again, they knew what they wanted to show me as. And I'll never forget one of the producers I'm still friends with to this day. She called me one day and she was like, girl, Mona don't fuck with you.
Damn.
She don't fuck with you. She's like, she don't fuck with me. Fuck with you. She told us you're not funny. You're not entertaining. She told us this. Mind you, to me, she was telling me a whole different thing. Yeah. Oh, we're going to show this. We're going to show that. That producer came to me and was like, girl, she do not fuck with you. I'm telling you right now, she don't fuck with you. That scene you about to do, don't do it. She don't fuck with you. And that's why I just left. I was like, I already knew. I knew. And I wasn't going to keep going through the cycle. I remember even Moniece Slaughter one time called me. She's like, no, you need to go back on the show. I was like, girl, why? You're online begging for them to let you go. I'm not about to do that. If they want to sue me, sue me. Go ahead, sue me. I told her, sue me. And I never got the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Period. So anyway, with that being said, I guess we can just say, what do we feel is next? I guess like for Kenya. And then what do we feel is next for the show?
I think I'll bring up, somebody said that we did talk about the network being wrong earlier. I don't know if you missed it, for somebody who just said that the network could have ended all of this. They could have never showed us any of that. Yep. Let me say this. When we're talking about this, I already understand Bravo and these folks to be on the wrong side. Like, I mean, even Jessie talks about this when she talks about the shows on Netflix. The folks, all them shows, like how they do the cast and stuff, like these production companies, folks, they just do not care. Yeah. So with you coming on the show, you have to come in knowing that the same thing with you going to human resources at your job. Yep. Understand that this job is going to do in the best interest of the company. Point blank, period. So with that being said, you got to be better. And Kenya should have known better. She should have known better. She's been on this too long. What's next? I feel like next episode, we're going to see homegirl be very emotional. She's gonna bring the waterworks out. Like, I thought the way they showed, like they talked about it, I thought she was in there. I thought she was in too. I thought she was gonna be in there seeing that, and that would have been even. They would have had to put some more zeros.
Listen,
baby, I'm there, and that happened. Thankfully, she wasn't, but it was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. So the next episode is going to tell us a lot about how the season goes on. I agree with folks when they say they missed when Housewives of Atlanta was fun.
Yeah,
and this is giving me another just like yuck. And I don't want to be talking about this the rest of the season, but I don't know. Like this is episode what? Five. I don't know, because we got what, 10, possibly 10 more episodes. So we're
it's at least 20. They get at least 20 episodes per season.
So we're a quarter in.
Yeah,
we're a quarter in. So the rest,
it's gonna be we got a long road ahead of us.
We got a long road. And hopefully it's not the wrong road in the words of Portia. I don't know what's next, to be honest. And I'm curious of what the ratings for this episode was. What are the ratings going on? How does Bravo feel about the ratings? Because they milked this episode. They knew this was going to be the most anticipated episode. Which is why they had ads every 2 minutes. They knew they couldn't split this out in two parts, though.
Oh, no.
They knew they couldn't do too much.
No.
I bet you they thought about it, though.
Yeah, of course.
Like doing that at the 55 minutes, but they knew they would have been wrong. So they had to make sure that they did this right. because they wanted to get those. That's why we got way more ads, as if they did the equivalent of ads for 2 episodes. I feel like in this 1 episode,
They really did.
Yeah, they wanted their money, and they probably went to advertisers and told them,
"This gonna be the highest rated.
You better get them abortion pills on. You better get them Plan B pills." Girl, they knew. They knew they had to make their money back from having to pay Britt.
Yep. I think that I'm sad for Kenya. Now, I'm not sad for the decision that she made. Her decision was her decision. She knew better than that. But when I look at Kenya more, I see somebody who honestly was the biggest name to come into Real Housewives of Atlanta next to Kandi Burruss. When Kandi Burruss came in, she was already solidified, right? But obviously there was much more to gain from being part of the show. And she really milked this show for everything. You have Nene, who became a Broadway star, an actress, like who's hosted red carpets. You know, when I look at Real Housewives of Atlanta, obviously it's always harder for Black women to translate these platforms into something bigger. But when I look at Kenya, you came in as Miss USA. The fact that you're really not a household name like that, like she's a household name, but not like she still doesn't hold the weight of a Nene Leakes, which is crazy to me because you came in with you had the biggest name coming in. And out of all the housewives, you're going out the least favorite, and you're going out with the least to show for 13 seasons on the show. That to me is really sad. You didn't translate this show into anything.
No.
That's sad. 13 years. You're not a regular on another series. You know, you're barely doing it with the Kenya Moore haircut. I don't really see anybody talking about that. It's at Sally's. It's not at Sephora. It's not at Ulta like all the other girlies are. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not sacred.
It's not sacred, right? And you've been out. I don't think that Kenya has ever been strategic about her Real Housewives of Atlanta platform. And that is all her fault. You came in doing the bullshit. You came in being a mean girl. You came in renting niggas. You came in with the fake men and the fake. It never translated into anything outside of this show. And for me, if I were Kenya Moore and I'm on camera and I'm talking about how I'm $400,000 in the hole for this salon, I would fucking eat sand pebble by pebble before I ruin my moments. Pebble by pebble before I ruin my moment by who is this hoe? Because even by your own words, you said you're gonna pay her dust, and you did everything but pay her dust.
Yes.
Where they do that at?
So how you gonna be saying she a queen? A peasant can't come for a queen, and you going to give her the queen's time on your time? Like the queen is giving her time on your queen, your crowning.
And now Britt's gonna come in.
Hello.
She gonna cry. And here's the thing, bitch. I cry too. I cry for less. And you know what? Does she think this is okay?
Hey. You gonna get your crying? Come on, Candace.
Listen,
let me fold it up. Fold it.
I would get my Candace on. Okay, I get my Candace on too. Yeah. Like you done gave this girl another platform. Now she can talk about
in a storyline.
I'm a victim of like, and here's the thing: she ain't wrong. She made me a victim of revenge. Girl, you gave that girl that.
Yeah. You handed to her.
You handed You literally handed the keys of the kingdom over to Britt, and who you were just calling a peasant. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Now the peasant
I feel yes that they both overreacted. Huh?
From peasant to peach holder.
From peasant. I think your screen froze. Hold on. I think your screen froze, friend. That means we've been on here too long, child. We gotta let the people go, child.
It is. I was wondering, like, why am I giving this side out, child? Let me turn my. Oh, girl, she said, "Girl, you Kenya done pulled the plug on me." Girl, what is happening? Why my stuff don't want to work?
What's going on, friend?
I don't know, sister.
You gotta come back in, friend.
I'm working with it, but I just, girl, what's
going on, brother?
Girl, Kenya done ended my live, child.
Not your live suspended.
Kenya, boy. Girl, Kenya done pull the plug on me. She said, "All right,
enough."
I thought we said finances were off limits." I do feel bad for Kenya more. I do feel bad for her. I think this was her mistake. I feel bad for her because this shouldn't have ended this way. And for it to end, I would rather have it ended not with this grand opening of her thing and then now grand closing. I just, I hate to see it for her, but it's a reality. What's the name? Kenya gonna have to. She gonna get in her bag. She got to make this work for her. She gonna have to do some little bit of begging and stuff. She got to do a little bit better. If I was to give any advice to Kenya, it would be on this moment. Say, girl, you messed up. I'm out here doing the lowest work. You need to be passing out some turkeys this Thanksgiving. You gonna have to be doing something. Girl. You gonna have to get on your Zoom. Because I think the court of public opinion is a little bit more on Kenya's side.
It is.
She needs to own up to that. If I put my PR hat on, like,
the court of public opinion is very delusional because it's like, please, guys, please, y'all know if this happened at your place of work, please.
Somebody your friend like this.
Yeah, no, like y'all would not be okay with this. But I will say this, Kenya, allegedly, you let Ming Lee give you them pictures and put that damn battery pack in your bag because she couldn't get a peach. Now she down to VH1.
Gate for pay. Girl, she playing basketball. Girl, Ming Lee said, "Girl, I'm gonna do what I need to do.
I'm gonna do what I got.
I need to do.
I got to put me first, Lucius."
She said, "This is what y'all need," and scene.
She
And
did what she had to do. She couldn't get her peach. Now she done picked up a basketball. So Ming Lee, basketball on her arm. Britt, peach on her arm. Kenya, no peach on your arm. You cannot let the girlies get you riled up to where you lose your peach. Like, it's just, come on now.
And I'll say this, if we can end, but as much as these fans talk about they love Kenya as much as they do, they ain't showing up to that place to get their hair done. Like, don't get these folks. Like, I enjoy the fans. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all keep my bills paid. I appreciate the support. I've been able to do this 10 years. But I know a lot of folks watch because they just enjoy entertainment. And I don't get twisted. I got friends in real life that I can touch on, but I don't get caught up in a lot of this stuff. And I feel like it's easy to get caught up. These fans, they like you, but girl, they're not showing up to support you because if they did, you would have folks in there getting their hair done. They're not doing that.
Hello.
You know how many artists have millions of followers and can't get no music out?
Clock it.
Like, girl,
Clock it.
You better
clock it. Everybody I see down the threads, and I'm not on Twitter, but I'm sure the Twitter girls is eating Britt up and you know, in Kenya's name. Y'all need to be down to the salon.
Y'all need to be on Salon Suites booking an appointment. Y'all need to be getting y'all your
Kenya Moore Hair Spa is definitely on Style Seat. Get on y'all Zoom. StyleSeat.com/Kenya Moore Hair Care Spa. Y'all get on y'all Zoom, and I need to see the seats booked up.
I mean, Kenya could. Maybe she could get a members only chat or a Patreon or something and give us behind what really happened.
What do you think is her next move?
I think her move was kind of trying to do something with Nene Leakes in the beginning. Like she was trying to bond with Nene because with the power of two, they was trying to like, hey girl, they were trying to make it work. It just fizzled out. I don't know. I think the next thing for her is find her team and find out like what she can do next.
Yeah.
I help you a little bit, but girl, you had to pay me. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of, I'm gonna have to take a little coin. Yeah, you had to dig in that.
I think we should go down to the salon. We should pick a day.
We gonna get waffles and then get our hair done too.
We got to go to Kelly's Waffles.
Kelly's Waffle.
And while we in the car on our way to Kelly's Waffle, we're gonna play Shamia. Baby, go on, relax.
The way I've been singing
Sit back, baby. You know I'ma handle all of that.
That don't sound like Brandon to you.
I think the layers are. I think it's inspired by Brandy.
Okay, musician, you better know yourself because I didn't know what it was called, child.
Baby, go on, relax. Shamia, Portia won't promote your song. I will.
Shamia ain't sent the link to Portia. That's why she ain't shared it yet. She need to send her the link. Y'all know Portia don't know how to work social media and Instagram like that. You have to send it to her. But she'll be right there laying on their bed with them sheets. She'll be right there. She'll post it. Pampered.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't find Portia funny, we can't be friends because
I love Portia. She followed me on Instagram too, and I'll tell her to.
Portia is funny. Is like the fact that I'm telling y'all in that 2 episodes ago when she said, "I've been reframing from drinking."
Did she say? Now the girls was kind of. Some folks was in the comments saying that she said it right. I don't know. I don't remember what she said.
It's refraining. She said. Portia said, "I've been refraining from drinking." I said, "This girl."
Baby, the only thing this is that, and also, why did Portia say you are low down?
You are
dirty individual. What was going on? It like Portia, I love. It was like was the Botox heavy or something? She was a low down, dirty individual. Like her jaw looked twisted a little bit. Like you are low down, low down, dirty individual. I'm like.
Baby, the battle of the ponytails. You are low down.
Low down.
And Kitty was right. Kitty was right there. She was okay, but you spoke on me. Spoke on you. Spoke on you. She was coming for Drew's ass. And Drew, parting words, Drew, please show up. Kenya gone now. So ain't no excuse, bitch. We need you to clock in. Give us something more that we could work with. Shamia, no notes.
None. Baby,
Shamia,
Shamia, she gonna have that wig though every episode though. Shamia gonna have it.
She's rocking a pixie. She's rocking a pixie. So she.
I like that pixie cut. I wonder how does it work with you working? This is a little bit extra. How does that work when you constantly have to get your hair done and do this on the show? You got to be careful not to like have too much heat damage.
That's why I don't see how Shamia is doing it.
I don't like. I'm like Shamia, girl. You ain't gonna be able to do this piece cut like the area.
No, Shamia, girl, you won't have to wear a wig next season. All that frying and dyeing they doing every day. No, ma'am. The way they have to, because with a pixie cut, you have to. No, I don't know how she's doing it. Maybe she's using Kenya Moore hair care. Maybe Kenya Moore hair care got some
girl
heat protectant. Maybe that's what's keeping it alive. But yeah, no. But zero notes for Shamia. Kelly, keep it going. Angela, keep it going. Your husband don't like you though. Your husband.
Charles, you don't think Charles like
Charles? Your dinner's ready.
You don't think Charles like Angela?
When he was like, "Go wash your hands," and she had just washed her hands.
Oh yeah, their dynamic is interesting. Though.
It's a little, and then I could say
Charles
that.
Charles walked like his legs made with Legos or something. Like what's Charles? Made that basketball career and wore him out. Charles, like I got it. Charles, you cannot pick up them ladders and concrete blocks like Angela was picking the things up like it was nothing.
Yeah, he
Yep.
didn't want to help her. Yeah, he didn't want to help her carry nothing. And then the whole like when she was talking about her family, what you talking about me? What you telling me about your mama for? What you telling me about your sister for? I don't care about them people. What? You're my husband. What's going? What happened?
Charles is old. I wonder what's the age
Yeah.
difference between Charles and Angela.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's old and grumpy. You know, like just those old grumpy men who just want to eat.
Yeah.
Just want to eat and go lay down. I think that's what I think that's what Charles is giving.
So in this case, what Britt husband be giving?
Let's say this. That scene with Britt's sister, I didn't like it. I feel like we talked about this. I didn't like it.
Oh yeah, I didn't either.
When she said she can only talk to Britt when Mike's there, I don't know. Britt, you're gonna have to talk about that. Because it's kind of giving, why can't you talk to your family members? Why is it that you're married, but you can't speak to your family?
Yeah, and then he was calling her in that scene. That was the
calling her while she out with her sister. And then honestly, too, him being at the bank too, I thought was weird. Like, when I go out, I don't call my man, be around there while I'm there. I don't do that.
Girl, very much. Where the white woman name was Kim. We said
yes,
the members on her. Like
yes,
like he always picking her up, always dropping her off.
Yeah. Like, I mean, some people have that dynamic. I feel like it gives a lot of dependency, though. I don't know. But going forward, I'm going to say this about Britt. Britt, we're going to need to see you getting your State Farm on. We need to see the State Farm. We need to see more of your life now. Now this Kenya shit is over. I'm going to give you this episode to cry, get your triangle tears on, do what you got to do. But after that, sister, it's State Farm time. Clock in. I need to see what your life is giving. You got that big ring. I need to see what else you got. What else is going on? I'm watching this show to see what the girls is doing. I want to feel jealous when I watch y'all. Y'all not get the only person making me jealous is Shamia.
Yeah.
The rest of y'all, it's not giving. So
yeah.
All right.
That's all we got, y'all. Appreciate it. Shamia, you can invite me to the next brunch at the mansion.
Okay. Baby, go on, relax. Sit back, baby. You know, I don't need no link, Shamia. I ain't need no link now. You ain't got to send me the link. Baby, go on, relax.
Cute song.
Sit back, baby. You know. Yeah.
Come on, R&B.
I will say this though, her and Drew are making good music, unlike Ashley Darby, who needs to shut the hell up.
Girl, she was trying to sing Negro spirituals as a biracial. You should have did that February the 2nd. You should have did that. Girl, you don't have access to them type of powers yet.
No. And quick note too, Mia done moved down to Atlanta now, so she's trying to be on Housewives of Atlanta.
She gonna be on there. She might be on there.
Would you think she'll do good?
Hell no.
No, me either.
No.
Don't nobody want to see. Nobody want to see. Represent your lollipop. My lolly. Nobody want to see. Don't nobody want to see your lollipop Gil boyfriend. Mia, I love you down, but please, I do not want to see him. We represent the lollipop. No.
Mia at the icon at Buckhead or Midtown? Or she at Ascent?
Oh, everybody was down to Ascent.
Everybody was down there.
Everybody was down to Ascent.
Baby.
I was down to Ascent.
Girl, Jessie put me on to Ascent. Like, we got
it's like when you first moved to Atlanta, you gotta, that Midtown area, you gotta mutt that shit out.
Gotta get it out.
You gotta get it out your system. But oh my God, when I first did, you lasted way shorter than me. But I was like, man, I can't do it. Because the thing is, when I first got the scent, it was nice, quiet.
Yes, I remember you telling me.
Calm, clean.
Yes.
I even saw a couple Abercrombie and Fitch t-shirts. I said, what the fuck going on? It was, next thing you know, Gucci flip-flops. I said, it's time. Got to go.
I knew it was it was like, I don't know what holiday it was, but it was a pool party going on, and it was louder than normal.
Gunshot. No.
I had to go.
Had to go. Had to go, y'all. So yeah, we gonna wish Mia well. And yeah, y'all. So that's it, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all support. Well, we know we done took up all y'all time, child. But make sure y'all support King Reed. Let us know where we can find you.
Child, y'all can find me by going to patreon.com/King of Reeds, child. Help me so I won't have to be out here opening up no salon. Help me. But no, you can find me at King of Reeds on Instagram, the King of Reeds on Twitter, King of Reeds on the King. Just type it in, you're gonna find me everywhere. But I appreciate it. I had so much fun. Jessie, where can we find you at, honey? Where are you at?
The Jessie Woo on all platforms. And yeah, find me there. You know, Just a Couple Things podcast every Thursday, child. So yeah, just keep on lookout, child. You know, I might have to open up a salon. Who knows where this economy going? So if you see me drop my link for my salon, y'all better be there or be square.
Well, your hair always looks fabulous, so I can see that for you, to be honest.
Listen, if I do a salon, it's gonna be braiding.
I can see that. That would be
braiding.
Your braids, absolutely. I can see that.
It would be braiding salon, strictly braiding, hair wash, but it was literally just I have all the Africans coming. Okay, come on.
So are you gonna give us the person that you refuse to give us who do your stuff? Miss Jackson? See how she won't give it up. That's okay. I'm gonna hire a private investigator. I'm gonna find out where you But oh my God, I have enjoyed this. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Child.
Thank y'all.
Got other work to do, but thank you so much, Jessie. You enjoy the rest.
You enjoy too, y'all.
I just turn the water on, big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.